Edmonton Sports Talk. My God, I loved it. My name's Jay Milne. #Blue. Our sports update deliverer. The Coon.
I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up today.
You know what, Reid? You might be honest. All right, here's what's going on in the nasty stuff.
Allow me to read from a book I myself bound several years ago, the Book of Sports Anthems, found just before Thunderstruck and just after any song in which you shout yeah over and over again. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back. Let me root for the Riverhawks. If they don't win, 'tis a shame. For it's 1, 2, a trio of strikes. You're out at the old bald game. Did I say bald game? I think I said, well, you were asked about it to pay once, Mr. Milne.
Yeah,
anyway, I have to get back. Thank you for having me down.
Mm.
I must get back to my bookbinding business, but perhaps I'll return for the game tonight. I appreciate it, Mr. Milne.
Thank you for joining us, Bookbinder.
Okay, Bookbinder, quickly in here. We are indeed out of the cage. We are outdoors. This is incredible. Thank you very much to William Huff, Bruce at William Huff, inviting us down this afternoon, and thank you to the Edmonton Riverhawks for accommodating us as well. We are in the William Huff suite at REDBLACKS Field. If you're on YouTube, you can see that because the field is behind us.
Yeah.
We're outside. We're in the field level suite. This is incredible. Obviously, it's a little smoky today, but still pretty nice day. I mean, we're out here in shorts and T-shirts. Should be good for the game tonight against, I got to make sure I get it right, the Kamloops Northpaws.
Yes.
Pretty sure that's the name of the team.
It is.
Well, you might have to quiz me for the third time.
Oh, I can do that. I'd love to do that.
See if I still have learned all the teams or
sure.
if I just know all the same ones as before. So we're here until 6 o'clock. The game's at 7. Final homestand of the season, by the way, for the Riverhawks. They got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We know it's a popular destination, but if you haven't been to a game, we don't know what's going to. They're in a playoff chase. Randy Gray's going to join us at 4 o'clock. Former Edmonton Oilers, managing director of the Riverhawks. So if you want to come to a game, this is your last chance to do it if you haven't been to one. So incredible that we're here. It's always weird, Jay. You're probably learning this now that you're a couple years into your broadcasting career, and I've certainly learned this over the years. A lot of times when you get to broadcast from somewhere, you get to do it at a time when it's not how you're used to consuming it or how most people are consuming it. You know what I mean? Like this is empty.
That we're in an empty ballpark.
Going on. Yeah.
Well, there was some people. There were kids out here earlier. There was like a day camp.
Yeah.
Then there were some people taking some grounders. I'm just gonna say it. I believe you need to put things out there into the world in order for them to happen. I want to take BP. Like if they are like absolutely not, who that bleep are you?
Yeah.
But when they roll that thing out here,
get through. Or you could just go around.
I could hop the. I could do a hoppity hop over to the behind home plate.
Oh yeah, there's a gate there. Yeah, that's where you got to go.
And I want to try label a couple balls.
I think you could go yard.
Oh, imagine if I did. Imagine if I took out the Riverhawks sign, just with my amazing
Jason Milne. Yeah, there's like a plaque out, largest over. Like, if there's some trivia question in like 50 years, who do you think hit the largest, farthest? I don't know. Did Conseco play a game there? Like Tim Salmon? I don't know. No. Jason Milne, Edmonton Sports Talk. I don't know why the bookbinder's doing the.
He comes and goes.
He's the historian for the team.
So yeah, that's kind of a wishful thinking. Maybe the little glue guy can get in there behind home plate, take a couple swings.
That'd be amazing. Do you bat left or right?
Right.
Okay.
So I'd have to find a right-handed bat.
It's like golf clubs.
I hope that they have.
Can you imagine if you asked them that? You got to ask that. This is like, whoa.
This is a left-handed bat.
So Jay has his Riverhawks T-shirt on. I am wearing my Expos hat. But this hat is perhaps the largest conversation starter of anything in my life. Because I wear this golfing, and I wore it at our golf tournament. What was that, 2 weeks ago now? Almost 3 weeks ago. And everybody's like, oh, Expos. Like it just brings something out in people where they got to say they notice it or they want to comment on it. And the fun part about this hat is I got it. Well, I've had it a while now. I got it in 2010 when I visited Montreal. I went to a couple Canadians games.
So it's actually there.
I saw the Oilers and the Canadians on a Thursday night. Saw Boston and the Canadians on a Saturday night.
Fabriqué en Quebec.
Yes, exactly. So I love wearing this hat. So I thought, well, we're doing the show from a baseball stadium today. I got to wear the hat.
Well, now that you have the hat on, it's clear to see how, like, if you look at the camera, remember we were having this discussion about the logo.
Yes.
And how some people, maybe myself growing up, thought it was always ELB. E-L-B.
Right.
Now you can see why.
Sure.
Like, how you're passing this off like it's not even a thing. I see ELB in that much easier than I see an M.
Okay. I don't see ELB. I don't know. I get it, but I don't get it. It's not ELB.
Ronnie Ocean,
like the guy who. Sorry,
Ronnie Oceanfront says that Expos hat is a bigger conversation starter than your Weiss Johnson air conditioner.
Fair enough. So anyway, we're here. Randy Gregg will be on the show at 4:00. Of course, we're going to talk about the Canadian Football League and the Edmonton Elks, who won again on Friday. Ewan Iwanek did a great job before and after the game. I listened to, I guess I missed a little bit of the post-game show walking back, but once I got back and then was driving, listened to you guys. Great job breaking it down.
Mm-hmm.
Really good discussion points. I mean, hey, the Lions apparently can stop Justin Rankin from running the ball.
They're the only team.
And yes, maybe if Rourke plays, maybe the Lions win. But injuries happen.
Yeah,
again,
but
the Elks toughed it out and got it over the finish line.
He didn't, and they pulled out a gritty win. And like I mentioned on the post-game show, there's no column for close wins or gritty defensive wins, right, or what a lot of people were calling an ugly win. I have my thoughts. I don't necessarily think that a football game that is controlled by one defense, especially if it's a team you're rooting for, is ugly. I actually think that can be quite beautiful.
Yeah, well, there's lots of ways to win.
See, I find the beauty in ugly.
I agree. Well, BC's trying to win.
Yes.
I mean, Ottawa's 0-6. I mean, they've been close a couple times. So winning close games is part of the deal. Last year the Elks lost 2 consecutive games on last play field goals. I think the year before, when Chris Jones was still the coach, didn't they lose 3 consecutive games or 3 out of 4 on last play field goals?
Yeah.
So you got to win the close games.
Yes.
Like I've been saying, you have to win more than 50% of the 50-50 games, one way or the other.
I thought it satisfied the storyline that it was the defense that forced that 5th and final turnover on downs.
Yes.
And ended the game. That's how that script was should have played out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So we'll touch on that. World Cup final, of course. Some golf yesterday. I was able to see the last 6 or 7 holes of the British Open. That was pretty exciting. And, of course, we're happy to hear from you. Usual ways to get in touch. First of all, you can text the afternoon inbox, 780-218-9999. That is presented by River Cree Resort and Casino. Don't forget this huge promotion they have for their 20th birthday is still going on. It's going on until October 26th. Over $1 million in prizes. They got cash, they got cars, they got casino free plays. So go to rivercreeresort.com. Check out the upcoming shows there as well. If you're listening on iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, thank you for doing so. Spread the word to other people. Let them know where they can find us and join our community. Make us a favorite or a preset on those apps. If you're on YouTube, you can chat with us using the nasty chat down the right-hand side of the page. Now, I don't have a laptop. There's no room for my laptop. I'm doing a total. I can't remember the last time I hosted any sort of a show without a computer right in front of me.
Right.
That's just become part of the job. I just got my.
Now you got a clipboard.
I got a clipboard. Oh, I'm going very old school. So post in the nasty chat on YouTube. Subscribe to Edmonton Sports Talk if you haven't already, and of course, click that like button. Give us a thumbs up.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
Coob playing the audio today. Good job, Coob.
Thank you. That one came in a little slow.
I got to figure that
No,
out.
you're fine. I thought you did a very good job.
Could have been quicker.
And email. I say the email, reid@edmontonsportstalk.com, jay@edmontonsportstalk.com. We love getting limericks. If you're new to the show or unfamiliar with the show, I don't know how it started, but we do limericks on the show. We send in a limerick, and we give somebody a topic we give people a topic so they have a little bit of guidance. You can send it in about anything. But today's limerick challenge is going to be work in the names of Edmonton Trapper players. And to get things started, I have written one.
Oh, have you?
Yes. Here we go. Here's my limerick with some Trappers player. There was once a man named Kittle. His swings were large, not at all little. Then Tim Salmon, Giambi named Jason. Fernando Valenzuela? Well, just a dribble.
Well done.
All right. So you can see where we're going with that.
That's pretty good.
I got to keep looking at the time, though. That's the only thing about not having my computer, because we got to try to stay on the clock, as we say in the radio business.
Oh, we're fine.
How was the Milne experience for the Alberta Summer Games?
Oh, yes. It was fantastic. The opening ceremonies happened Thursday night. I spoke about that on Friday. But the girls had, they have like an athlete's village, kind of, and they get bussed around. Even though it was in Strathcona County where we reside, you're not allowed to go home. And it's kind of the idea to stay there with your team. So they slept in my old junior high 3 nights. It was super hot because that's the thing, like when the schools are closed in the summer, there's no air on. Even the gymnasiums that, like we played at Bev Facey, and it was now on the weekend. There's summer school there, but on the weekend, no air.
Why wouldn't they turn it on for this weekend?
Reid, it had to have been 35 degures in that gymnasium.
Oh, man.
And these poor girls are just...
Weiss Johnson should have put something
Weiss Johnson should have. They would have helped a lot. But yes, ultimately, the final was yesterday. They played against Calgary, a strong Calgary team, and they just barely lost. They weren't able to pull it out. It was a close game from start. Well, actually, from at the start, Calgary got up on them like 17-4.
Oh, wow.
And they ended up losing by 5 or 6. So if they wouldn't have got off to such a slow start, it might have been a different story. But super proud of those girls. They had a blast. The coaching staff was amazing. The parents, they all came over to our house on Saturday afternoon in between games.
Oh, nice.
Because we didn't want to stay in the hot gym. So we're like, we've got air conditioning. We've got
a corgi.
And a corgi and cold beverages.
Yeah.
So everybody came over. So, no, it was a great experience through and through.
So how many games did they play? 5?
They would have played 5 games.
In 3 days?
Well,
2.5 even?
2.5, yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, but, basketball, you can probably get away with that. If it wasn't for the heat in those gyms. Like, I've never seen...
Did the athletes find it hot?
Oh, God, I've never seen my daughter's face that shade of red.
Oh, jeez.
Like, it was bad. It was really bad. Like, you couldn't, like, sit in there. In the quarters, you'd have to go out into the main hallways and try to find a breeze.
I hate that stifling heat.
Mm-hmm.
That's
stifling. That's a great word for it.
Okay. Well, awesome experience. I'm glad your daughter got to play. And the kids and Mama Milne are coming. I'm sure she loves it. I called her that.
Yeah.
And the kids and Mama Milne are coming to the game tonight.
That's fine. That's what she is. Yes, they're all coming down here for the Riverhawks game tonight.
Okay, perfect.
Very nice of Bruce and his family to offer up the suite like this.
This is amazing. I mean, this is one of the
can we tell them a little behind the scenes? Like originally, when I had the camera, it was inside the suite. So if you were to be in our seat looking that way, it's glassed in, and there's an indoor portion of the suite,
right,
with bar tables and whatnot. And it just saturated the shot so much because we were inside and not fully outside. So when you got here, I had it pointed at the side wall, which is wrapped beautifully, go figure, by William Huff. And then we decided to bring everything outside. So if at any point we throw it to break really fast and have to come back in 5 or 6 minutes after the break and we're inside, you'll know that it's raining.
Coob is hosting the show. I don't think it's going to rain. It said 10%, but it's actually... I think it's warmed up over the last couple of hours. It's just nice. Yes, there is some smoke, unfortunately, but
the smoke is here. But it's like that as far as climate goes.
No, it's great.
So this is right in my wheelhouse. I'll tell you that.
All right, let's get to the afternoon headlines presented by 100.3 The Bear, Edmonton's best rock. Stream them on iHeart today. This is Chet Palmer with your sports report. Winter Pagan, the color palette went to overtime. Hey, I'm glad someone's working OT in Ottawa. My tax dollars are paying off like my brother-in-law pulling an all-nighter at the craps table. Ryan Fox won the Tea Time Open. He's from New Zealand. Hey, Jason Milne, is that a kiwi in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? Very fuzzy. The Footy Fest is finally over. The last time I saw this much diving, I was hanging out with Jacques Cousteau. I'm Chet Palmer.
Wow, that was great.
Well, I usually give you a script. You can just look at it today.
Why are they called kiwis? It's not because of the fruit.
The bird. Aren't they little birds?
Yeah, it's the bird. It's the kookaburra, right? Is that on?
Oh, I don't know. Is that what a
kookaburra
kookaburra is? I thought it was just
or
a
is
kiwi.
kookaburra actually a kookaburra?
Yeah, I thought a kiwi was just a kiwi.
But
Any
a kiwi is a
kiwi.
Any ornithologists out there, that is a bird person, I hope. Isn't an ornithologist a bird person?
Let's hope.
Somebody who's let's hope I didn't just say something incredibly inappropriate. I guess Chet knew Jacques Cousteau, famous.
Okay, so Jacques Cousteau was like an explorer?
I think he might have invented scuba gear.
Like
he was like a marine guy. I don't know if he was
something controlled underwater breathing apparatus.
Self-contained underwater breathing apparatus.
Underwater breathing.
Yeah.
He invented that?
I think he might have. I see. Now this is the problem with me not having my laptop. I can't look up.
Well, I
guess I could look on my phone. I thought, but Jacques Cousteau was known for ocean exploration, was he not?
Look at Jacques there, hey? Just
What
smoking
a picture.
a big pipe.
The red toque.
He's a French naval officer, oceanographer, filmmaker, and author. He co-invented the first successful open circuit self-contained underwater breathing apparatus.
Oh, nice.
So,
Okay, yeah.
you're right. Jacques Cousteau.
So probably Chet was like, hey, I got a
Big
tip on a guy here in France.
Right.
I'm going to go hang out with him for a week or two.
He probably interviewed Jacques Cousteau.
Probably several times. Yeah. We'll talk more about the World Cup a little bit later on, too. Interesting championship match. That's
Was
for sure.
it?
Well, I said interesting.
Okay. We'll get your definition of interesting.
Okay. Speaking of William Huff, they, of course, present our off-topic topic. William Huff, since 1952, providing industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service, combined with decades of industry expertise and a desire to make every job the very best can be, is what they call the William Huff Advantage. Visit their website at williamhuff.com or give them a shout, 780-454-4536. So, nasties, our loyal listeners out there, or any new listeners, we would like you to pitch, design an EST-themed baseball park promotion. Minor league baseball. You know what it's like.
Right.
An EST-themed ballpark promotion. I have 3 ideas. I think I went pretty obvious, but I'll get the ball rolling just to set the table a little bit with some fairly obvious promotions, I would think. Jason Milne's corgi races.
Oh.
Or you could even make it beat the coop.
Beat the coop.
Like you have coop, and there's like 11 other corgis, and if
Yes.
any corgi that beats the coop, their owner gets a
the
free meal
palatial
or a
suite.
future ticket or a suite for a game.
I like that one, actually.
So Jay and Coop's corgi races. For me, I know I'm a little bit of a weirdo. Mine would be like a paint a mini. So you'd get a little mini figure of a baseball player, and maybe you'd get a brush and like 3 paint colors when you walked in.
Right.
And you'd paint it during the game, and then you'd put it forward in the 6th inning, and then people would vote on who had the best one.
I like that.
So, during the game, you'd have people.
Right, and you could upload it and tag them.
Oh, yeah,
so that they can then put it on the big screen.
Yeah, take a photo of it, put it on the big screen.
Yes.
Maybe you could have some sort of online vote
really
or something like that. And then, I almost have, this one is so obvious, I almost should apologize. But I guess there would probably be so many submissions, people sending this in. Maybe if I just say it, then it's like, you got to be more creative than this one. Because this is like the lowest, not brow, this is like the lowest bar you could clear.
Okay.
Dustin Nielsen's chicken tender eating competition.
Oh.
Like you just
get a tender off.
Yeah, tender. Or you just have some people, by the bullpen, and at the beginning of the game, it's like, hey, eat chicken tenders till you're done, till you can't eat anymore.
See, I might take that and then expand on it and include like a tender toss. See who can get it closest to the dipping sauce.
That's a great idea.
Right? A tender toss. But you could do a tender eating contest and have, say, a bucket say 10 tenders.
Okay.
So it's not like how much can you eat in a minute. It's like first to finish. Like you finish the 10 tenders, and then it's a winner. And the winner gets free chicken tenders for the remainder of the season.
Yes.
At Riverhawks.
That's a good idea, yeah.
They get like the Tender King hat.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. I was thinking for Lieutenant Eric, could do a rock toss. Lieutenant Eric's rock toss.
Right.
Or maybe they could somehow make a pool and see how many skips a rock could get.
Oh, that's a good idea.
He loves skipping stones, collecting stones, river rocks. You know that.
That's a good idea.
There's probably something we can come up with for Iwanek.
It probably is.
Like clean your seats promotion. The person with the cleanest seat wins season tickets for the next year.
Yeah,
for the cleanest section.
Scrub your seat with a toothbrush or something.
That sun's really trying to
it's starting to get nice out.
Yeah.
We can barely see the road from the heat coming
off.
This is. I wonder if you could go opposite field during BP. You could put one on.
Take out Mama Milne.
Yeah, she's coming to the game. So that is our off-topic topic for William Huff. Your Edmonton Sports Talk themed. Do you have text access too?
Yeah. So there's some that are coming in already. Pretty good. Rip City Sep says Coob Night, where if you can talk for the entire game, you win a hug from Jay Milne and a cool thrifted shirt.
And the thrifted shirts, that's a good touch. I was thinking Kubasa. Just sell Kubasa there, yeah.
BR Harvey says there's such an obvious answer to this theme. A Jay and Reid bobblehead night would surely pack the house.
Well, or we could have the bobbleheads of all our characters.
That yes. And
other contributors.
Well, it's random with which one you get.
Chet.
And you'd have to try barter with people in the stands to get the whole collection.
Chet, the
villain.
The Bond villain.
Riverline.
Captain Picard.
The Riverline would just be like this, like it would look wet.
Yeah, he's just like good. By the way, they beat the Riverlines on the weekend, didn't they? The Stingers? I think they did. I thought that guy said "Hey Jay" at first. So I was like,
me too.
Fans here?
Like I don't know this guy. Chris Purper says post game nasty splash slip and slide.
The nasty splash.
Nasty splash.
That's a good idea.
There are a couple Hernan running ones coming in, which are great. Hernan's relay, where the exchange between runners can't happen until the lead person smokes a dart and Evan Dom allows them to trade places.
He permits it.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. You could pass.
Well, an obvious one, 50% off 6 o'clock or lager. Why not have that as a promo?
Oh,
right?
That's a good idea.
You just get 50% off select beer.
They should have to do something for it, though. Anyway, that's a good one.
My bobblehead, like Barry the Cheater said, it'd just be my pocket. And you can put whatever you want in Jay's pocket.
That's right. It's just a close-up of your pocket.
Yeah, it's just like a jean.
But it actually
random denim.
It actually is a functioning pocket.
Yeah, it's on a stand.
So you have it in your home.
Right.
And you're like,
honey, my keys are in the pocket.
Yeah.
What pocket are your jeans? No. Jay's pocket. It's mounted on.
It's keys and Jay's
mounted
pocket.
above the fridge.
That's a really good idea. Okay, 780-218-9999, River Crew Resort and Casino inbox. Post in the nasty chat on YouTube. Email Reid at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, Jay at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. We do like to have a lot of fun on this show. Something very tragic happened over the weekend, and we will remember Jayden Dalke when we get back.
Hockey Canada has unveiled its coaching staff for the 2027 World Juniors here in Edmonton. Misha Donskov will serve as head coach. Ryan Getzlaff joins the team as one of 4 assistant coaches making his international coaching debut. Staying in hockey, Derek Lalonde has joined the Canadiens as an associate after spending last year with the Maple Leafs. Meanwhile, the RCMP has reported that Rough Riders defensive back Jayden Dalke was driving on the wrong side of the road before a fatal crash that took the life of another driver. Authorities say that before the the accident, Dalke left a gas station with unpaid fuel, with police finding alcohol and cannabis in the vehicle. In other news, the Blue Jays and Rays begin a 4-game series. Dylan C starts for Toronto. Nick Martinez on the mound for Tampa Bay. And for the Riverhawks, just 6 home games left in the regular season. Tonight they play host to the Northpaws for the first of 3 total games. Catch the game on any of EST's audio streams with first pitch at 7:05. This sports update is brought to you by the Ranch Golf and Country Club. The Ranch Golf Club delivers premier conditions, top-notch service, and unmatched value every round. It's why they're Alberta's top choice for corporate golf events. Visit theranchgolf.com and book a tee time today. Live from RE/MAX Field. More with Reid Wilkins and Jay Milne up next. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
2 guys and a goalie.
By the end of the season, Nuge will no longer be on PP1.
I'm going to hire it.
Let's fire that one. You think Babcock's going to legit mix up that top
I think
power play?
Babcock's going to have 2 power plays.
But McDavid and Draisaitl and Boucher still on one. There's no way. There's no way.
No PP time.
I would love to see Babcock go, Leon, you're on one power play. Connor, you're on the other.
2 guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
We have what you're looking for. GD Liquidators is Edmonton's one-stop shop for new and used warehouse, office, and industrial items since 1987. You'll find what you want when you want it. Give us a call, visit us in store, or check out the monthly auctions at gdliquidators.com. 100% Canadian owned and operated. We have what you are looking for. GD Liquidators.
River Cree Resort and Casino and CFCW present All Shook Up, an afternoon tribute with the King, featuring 3 of the world's best Elvis tribute artists. August 16th in the venue. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
GCL Diesel has been serving oil country since 1972. From diesel cars to SUVs to pickups. From farm tractors to school buses to a big rig. From diesel generators to forklifts, GCL can test, troubleshoot, and repair all diesel fuel system components. Whether it's injectors, pumps, turbos, filters, or additive, GCL has the parts you need to keep your diesel running the way it should. For genuine diesel parts at wholesale prices, visit GCL Diesel in the West End or online at gcldiesel.com. GCL Diesel. Diesel understood.
The Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for any scenario. You finished work early? Happy hour. You finished work because you accidentally hit reply all to the entire company? Big happy hour. Your boss said, great job. Happy hour. Your boss said, per my last email. Ugh, emergency happy hour. You finally closed the big deal. Happy hour. With a huge selection of ice cold drinks and great food, the Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for whatever just happened at work. The Canadian Brewhouse. Your day just got happier.
Ready to raise the stakes? At Play Alberta, bigger bets and buy-ins are now available for nearly all live dealer games. From blackjack to baccarat, your favorite tables are waiting to deal you in. Whether you're kicking back at home or looking for some fun on the go, now's your chance to enhance your Play Alberta experience with new elevated stakes. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, use your game sense.
Thanks a lot for joining us this afternoon along with Jason Milne. I'm Reid Wilkins. We are in the William Huff suite at RE/MAX Field and taking you to 6 o'clock, and then at 7 o'clock tonight, Riverhawks home game, which we'll dive into a little bit more later on. Randy Gregg is going to join us, the former Oiler, who is the managing director of the team. Tragic news in the Canadian Football League and certainly impacting the Edmonton and area football community over the weekend, Jay, as Jayden Dalke died in a car crash.
Yeah, very sad. It's very sad. You know, we've talked about football, and you get a sense of that when you talk to players and you talk to alumni and you talk to teammates. We had a guy on our show from Commonwealth Stadium last week, Mike Potter, who's now a firefighter. I hadn't seen him in 8 years, but we still had that connection. Yeah. And that's what football is. It's a family, it's a brotherhood. And, you know, we've now lost one of our brothers, one of our family members in Jayden Dalke. I'm really just thinking about his family right now. I can't imagine what they're going through. Jayden Dalke was like the underdog story of all underdog stories. He really was. I mean, he spent his whole childhood and teen life in the Leduc minor football system. Graduated from Leduc Composite High School. He didn't get recruited by anybody because he was 5'9", right? And I know what that's like. I graduated from high school. I was 5'10", right? It's hard to get looks when you just haven't matured yet. So he went and worked up north, and then came back and he played for the Wildcats for 4 very successful years, which then paved the way and paved the road for him to join the Golden Bears under Chris Morris. Played there. His first year was in 2019. He was a first-team All-Canadian. I mean, you just look at the trajectory of his football career. It was just getting going. And at 30 years old, it's tragic. And knowing and seeing, and when I was involved with the Golden Bears, that's when Jayden was there. And the first people you'd see is his parents and his family, who would be tailgating at every single game. They travel to every game that Jayden would play in. His family is everything to the Dalke family. So I can only imagine how heavy their hearts are and how just lost for words they are and questioning a lot of things. And it's really sad. It just really is sad. I know the CFL got on that pretty quick. I saw there was a moment of silence last night in the Blue Bombers REDBLACKS game. You really just get lost for words at times like this, and it really makes you appreciate your family, your friends, your loved ones who are there with you thick and thin.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know him. Didn't really know him. Obviously, I
wonderful kid.
Yeah,
a wonderful family.
Interviewed
That's
him a
the
couple
thing.
times.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he was on. I'm pretty sure we had him on Inside Sports when I was there, and he was our athlete of the week.
Yeah.
After the Riders won the Grey Cup, and he was so excited about that. And I just see those two teams, the two teams you played for, and you mentioned it, that the alumni community, that connection, even if you're from different generations of the team, you always share that with.
You can't take it away.
With somebody.
It's there for life.
Yeah,
and that connection through football is there for life. And it's one of those things that it's hard to understand. It's hard to grasp until you're in that situation or you're with those friends that you haven't seen in years, and it's just like you pick up where you left off. And look, Reid, the honest truth is there was others that were killed here too. There was others that were involved in that. It's just sad for everybody that's involved in that. Those are, you really start questioning and asking why. Why did these things have to happen? And for that, I guess we won't know, right? But I'm just, I know the football community in Edmonton, football Alberta, is just heartbroken by this. I spoke with Chris Morris yesterday, president of the Elks, because Jayden was like a son to him.
Yeah,
he really was, and that's how Chris was with all his players. So, just devastated. It's a devastating loss, and just thinking of Jayden and his family, and obviously the other families that were involved in that awful accident.
Yeah, it's very sad. Well said, Jay. I mean, he's going to be missed, obviously, and I mean, like we said, it had just won the Grey Cup with the Riders, and I saw Smith and Suter talking about it. The Canadian dream for a football player.
Yeah,
like as you said, you're playing minor football and you love the sport, and maybe you're overlooked or your talent isn't quite recognized yet, and then you blossom and you're playing in the CFL. You're making a living playing pro football.
And I don't think he had reached his pinnacle yet. Like, he was on the rise to that.
Right.
He hadn't played much, if at all, this season with a hand injury. He's just coming off a bye week. He was ready to get back in action. And then this happens.
Yeah. Really sad, really tragic, and certainly a lot of sympathy from everybody at DST to the Dalke family and his loved ones, his teammates, and everybody like Jay. The alumni of the teams that he played for, and then the teammates and coaches he had over the years. Okay, here's Zachary Kubish with a sports update.
Hockey Canada has unveiled its coaching staff for the 2027 World Juniors. Misha Donskov will serve as the head coach. Ryan Getzlaf joining the team as one of 4 associates. And staying in hockey, Derek Lalonde has joined the Canadiens as an associate after spending last season with the Maple Leafs. Meanwhile, the RCMP has reported that Rough Riders defensive back Jayden Dalke was driving on the wrong side of the road before a fatal crash that took the life of another person. Authorities say that before the accident, Dalke left a gas station with unpaid fuel, with police finding alcohol and cannabis in his vehicle. In other news, the Blue Jays and Rays begin a 4-game series. Dylan Cease starts for Toronto. Nick Martinez on the mound for Tampa Bay. And for the Riverhawks, just 6 home games left in the regular season. Tonight they play the first of 3 games against the Northpaws. Catch the action on any of EST's audio streams with first pitch at 7:05. More with Reid Wilkins and Jay Milne following the break here on Edmonton Sports Talk. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The Oil Stream.
The Edmonton Oilers home and opener has been announced. It'll be the 29th of September. And then they will also play in Vancouver, because Vancouver's home opener was announced, and it will be the Oilers on the 1st of October. So it is a Vancouver-Edmonton home and home. The Oilers getting what should be nowhere close to a playoff team.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
What's better than sleeping under the stars?
Sleeping inside our house? Need extra space at home? Get it back with Sentinel Storage. Canada's choice for storage solutions with a store near you. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
River Cree Resort and Casino and CFCW present All Shook Up, an afternoon tribute with the King, featuring 3 of the world's best Elvis tribute artists. August 16th in the venue. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
Somewhere, someone is sitting on a patio that is literally part of the parking lot. They're hot, uncomfortable, and bored. Do not be that person. The Canadian Brewhouse has a rooftop, real turf, misters, fire tables, patio games, big screens, and 0 reason to be bored. This summer, your standards are higher than a parking lot, and you know it. The Canadian Brewhouse, Canada's best patios.
Looking for flooring? Paramount Flooring has it all. Sales, service, and expert installation. With options for every style and budget. Open 7 days a week. We've got you covered. Quick delivery and in-stock deals. Plus, EST listeners get 10% off. Visit ParamountFlooring.ca today.
But we had extra 300 in the evening. Well, I hope you're having a great afternoon. We certainly are. Jason Milne, Reid Wilkins. We're 3 to 6 p.m. every weekday here on Edmonton Sports Talk. This is a real treat for us today. We're doing the show outside. We're in the William Huff Suite at REDBLACKS Field. The Riverhawks play tonight, so we're going to stick around for the game. It's warmed up over the last hour or so.
Quite toasty.
I mean, there is some smoke in the air. We know that sometimes will hit us here, but it's really nice. If there might be a 10% chance of rain tonight, I don't think we're gonna get a storm like, when was the last storm that went through?
Saturday night.
Saturday night?
Whew.
I'm trying to think back now.
That was terrible.
Oh yeah.
That would have ripped right through here, too, because that was the same storm that shut down that Great Outdoors Comedy Festival.
Well, I was thinking, too, about K-Days and Taste of Edmonton.
Oh.
And I feel, I mean, it's one thing if you were going to go to Taste or going to go to K-Days, or if you're there and you got to scramble to your car. But, like, some people are in the middle of a shift.
Yeah.
They got stuff to put away or batten down or whatever, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. When I left the Elks game on Friday night, like I didn't leave till about 11:20.
Right.
And I drove down 112th to try spit out to get out to Gretzky, then Yellowhead.
Right.
Gay days.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
a zoo.
Oh, was it? Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Like people leaving,
coming and going in
Oh,
cars and picking up, and I mean, it was something to see.
Yeah.
I was very happy to be getting out of that area.
But yeah, I get. Would have it stormed while the comedy show was still going on?
They canceled it Saturday night.
It was totally on Saturday.
I believe in the evening.
Yeah, they did.
Coop was saying, yeah.
So when were you there, Coop?
I was there Saturday and Sunday afternoon, 2 to 4. So then they had a bit of a brief pauser at Kinsman Park, kicked everybody out. I didn't go to the Saturday evening show, but Matt Rife, his show was canceled Saturday because of the storms.
Oh, so was it different people every session?
Yeah. So each
I
time,
didn't know that. Okay.
each day, different people show up during the touring Great Outdoors Comedy Festival, which is pretty cool.
Well, I looked out my front window a couple times while it was raining on Saturday, and the intersection by my place was a lake, and there were cars going through it, and a couple people that came up to it and stopped, and you could tell they were thinking, like, do I drive through that?
Right.
Yeah.
It came in.
It was
fast
crazy.
and hard.
Yeah, but should be good here tonight for the game. Looks like it's going to be fairly hot this week. It was a great evening at the Elks game on Friday, which let's just do a little Elks now.
Sure.
And then we can do more a little bit later on. We got your play of the day coming up for Play Alberta. I know we touched on a little earlier. Pretty good crowd. I mean, they got just over 20,000, so you got to keep the momentum rolling. Saturday, August 1st is the next game.
Yep.
That's against the Riders. So usually
next home game.
Sorry.
Yeah.
They're in Saskatchewan on Thursday. That's a 7:00 game. So you and I will do the show 3 to 6, and then you and Awana 6 to 7 with the Commonwealth Stadium Green and Gold kickoff show. I'm just encouraged about the team. We talked before the season about the potential of the secondary, and I get it. It wasn't Nathan Rourke, but it's not as if Rourke was the reason they lost in Kelowna a couple weeks ago.
No, they kept him in check. It was James Butler,
right,
who torched them. And James Butler, I think, had 25
there
yards
was
rushing.
no rushing in this game at all on Friday. I mean, Rankin had that big run to get a first down late in the game.
Yeah, that was a big one. That was probably his most important carry of that game, came with minutes left on the clock.
And then they had that that play after that, was that a bad throw by Cody, or did Cephas?
No.
Because I thought Cody made a bad throw.
Terrible throw.
Yeah, because somebody put in the chat, Cody was mad at the receiver. I'm like, why?
No, I think he was really mad at himself. I thought it was TJ Luther, but it could have been Cephas too. But they both have 8s in their numbers, so sometimes, especially with those jerseys, what are we doing?
I'm not a fan of. Okay, side note.
Sidebar. Those jerseys are awful.
If they're alternates and they wear them once a year, I can live with them. But I don't like the black numbers on the green, and I'm not even a fan of the unitard look, like green on green.
Green on green.
Some teams, like I cheer for the Seahawks, they do it. Theirs look a little better.
But their numbers are still silver.
And they have big stripes. Like the REDBLACKS. I love the REDBLACKS helmets this year. Like the huge R, the huge white stripe down the middle.
Yeah.
The top is good with the red and white shoulders, but then the pants are just black.
Yeah.
Like put a nice big red and white stripe down the side of those pants.
Sure. It's very hard to identify numbers
and
on
Lions
those Elks jerseys. Yeah, that's true with their whiteout or whatever.
The worst was those Prairie Fire ones or whatever the Riders wore against Toronto. Those were the worst.
So is the A's hard to identify numbers. So TJ Luther or Joshua Cephas, I think it was TJ Luther. Anyways, it's irrelevant. If he puts that ball on that target, that's a first down, inbounds, clock's running, game's over.
Game's probably over. Yeah,
like literally. So that's something I didn't think Cody was delivering the ball all that well in his shorter routes. He was putting the ball out there one-on-one coverage and pushing it north-south. But his intermediate routes and his short routes, there were a couple that were well behind receivers that they had to make catches. So that's something they'll have to adjust. But yeah, I mean, defense, 5 turnovers. I mean, I know the last one was a turnover on downs at the end of the game. Still goes towards the total, but 4 interceptions, Reid.
Yeah.
I mean, this secondary is really starting to develop that swagger and lean into it and ball hawk. I mean, they could have had 2 other interceptions as well.
Yeah.
J.J. Ross was all over the field.
Yeah.
Cordell Jackson is a beast out there. And Tyrell Ford is just a steady Eddie. He had a couple rough games early on. Well, not rough, but they were throwing the ball his way. That seems to be turning as well. So that defensive secondary is a wagon. Absolutely a wagon.
Yeah, good to see them 5-1. I mean, they got some tough games coming up. I say bring them on.
Bring them on.
I mean, let's see how they do.
They need to address this red zone situation.
Yes.
This red zone has been bothering them and plaguing them all year. It's still not good enough. It was 1 for 3 on Friday. Okay. BC was 1 for 1. When you put in,
right.
their only opportunity in the red zone, they scored on it. So they've got to address that. And I said it in the postgame. I'm not worried about the Elks offense. The Elks are done seeing the BC Lions for the rest of the year unless they meet in the playoffs.
Right.
Every other team that the Elks have faced off against have not been able to contain Justin Rankin like the BC Lions, who, by the way, have the number 1 rushing defense in the CFL by a mile.
Mm-hmm.
So, those things happen when you're going up against the best rushing defense in the CFL. Justin Rankin's going to be limited, but they found a way, Reid. That's the thing. In years past, this team would have found a way to salt that away and find a way to lose.
They would have
now they're finding
it done. Yeah,
exactly. When Matt and I left, we leave the press box about 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We both were like, I don't know. This could go either way. A game that was so in hand and should have been out of hand.
Yeah.
For some reason, with 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter, was still in hand and still up in the air. That can't happen. The Elks need to be able to start putting teams away if they're going to be and want people to believe that they're as dominant as they think inside that locker room.
We'll have double lead legend Dan Bass coming up at 5 o'clock. Randy Gregg slated to join us here at the top of the hour. The former Oiler is now the managing director of the Edmonton Riverhawks, and we are at Remax Field. All right, let's hear Jay's jingle, Coop, if you got it.
It's Jay, it's play, he's Jay, it's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
And it's presented by Play Alberta. When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. You have to be 18 and older to play. And if you gamble, use your game sense.
Well, we're at the Ball Diamond, so we figured we better go to the Ball Diamond as the Blue Jays are hosting the Tampa Bay Rays. This is a bit of a pitcher's matchup. So anytime Dylan Cease is taking the mound, we'd like to be a part of it.
Yeah.
So Jays play of the day. Dylan Cease, 6+ strikeouts. And Ernie Clement, my guy, Ernie Clement,
your guy,
1 or more hits. I thought this would be a positive number, but I don't think the odds gods were on my side. This has been boosted to -125. Okay, it's a little bit of a stinky number, but don't worry. I mean that you got Ernie Clement as a part of it, Reid. So it's bound to happen.
That's your main thing.
That's all I care about.
I've loved watching Dylan Cease.
He is fun to watch.
I think he's a great pitcher. Strikes out a lot of. I mean,
he puts down a lot of batters. You're right.
Yes.
Like that is something. I mean, he's. Do you think the Blue Jays are gonna turn it around, or do you think this season's kind of a bit of a
I think it might be.
I'm starting to have my hesitations.
I mean, they don't score enough.
No, they're not hitting.
No,
except Ernie.
So, I mean, they lost 2 of 3 to the Pale Hose.
Pale Hose, yes. YouTube Trev was there.
He was. Yeah, I never got to see YouTube Trev. I wonder what he's going to say about Toronto. That was our off-topic topic for William Huff on Friday. Complaints Trev will have about Toronto.
Yes.
Still, my 2 favorites that we got great listeners who are very creative. What was one of them? That there were too many old buildings on Yonge Street?
Yes.
And that he only caught one foul ball.
Well, I was asking you, do you think, it would have to be a launch of a shot to because there's huge nets behind us.
If to get a foul ball in the field side seats here at Remax Field, it would really have to go up in the air, or it would have to hit the bleachers and roll down. But
right.
There's usually enough people there that
have to take a big bounce.
Yeah, this would be tough here. I guess it would have to be really high, Jay.
So our friends were in town.
But it would have to go straight up, not just high.
Straight up.
It would have to go almost straight up.
Our friends were in town, and they live in Victoria.
Okay.
So the Hobbit Cats.
The fans of the Hobbit Cats.
Yeah. So they had the West Coast League All-Star game there.
Oh, nice.
They have it there again next year. So I asked them, because they were at a ball game here with us last year. I said, what's their stadium like as compared to RE/MAX Field? And they're bleachers. They're just bleachers behind home plate around the field, but it's not actually a stadium.
Oh, okay.
You access it through a park
field.
gate.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
So to have this field here in Edmonton and to be able to watch baseball, like, we're truly spoiled.
Oh, big time.
Yeah,
and the view down here, I mean, you can see over to the south side, obviously, and down to the west along the river valley and stuff. It's pretty cool down here.
Smells like they got burgers going. Right?
I think the food's coming soon. I don't know if we're gonna get fed.
I
That's okay.
Well, I'm sure Bruce will want to feed us.
Well, once the game
Nice
gets,
guy.
yeah, I don't know if we'll get. Nor do we need to be fed during the show. We weren't suggesting that.
It just smells good.
Yeah, I can tell you this. You know what smells good? The wing flavor of the month at the Canadian Brew House, and we are in a mobile edition of the Canadian Brew House studio today. The July wing flavor of the month: mango jalapeno. Flame grilled wings tossed in a bold mango jalapeno glaze that brings the perfect balance of sweet heat.
Ooh.
Sweet heat. Sounds like the waitress in the Ponderosa. And don't forget, 69-cent wings every Wednesday at the Canadian Brew House. So is this what we're eating on Thursday?
Yes.
We're getting them brung in?
Yeah, Pat Ketty, the man, the myth,
getting
the
them
legend.
brought in.
Brung
everybody.
in.
I know what the word is. Speaking of that, I felt bad last week.
Why?
Because I did it without thinking, and I probably shouldn't have
You
done
corrected
it on air.
Ben.
He said "tooken."
Yeah, but you have to.
But
do
I
that.
also think that's an obvious grammatical error. Like if it's a slight grammatical error, you might go to a colleague and say, "Hey,
Yeah.
we may want to double check this."
Right.
I think the proper verb is, but yeah, "tooken." I was kind of like, don't say "tooken."
Oh, I think.
What did he say? I tooken a few.
I had tooken a few days off or something like that.
Yeah.
It was just, and you know what? That was my childhood. My mother would always correct me grammatically.
I still get text during the show, like from my mother. Like,
yeah, but look at us now.
Well, I'm not sure anybody's. Not sure that's inspiring people.
We're here, aren't we?
Look how we turned out, everybody.
Look at us. A couple cool dudes sitting down at the ballpark.
But that's what I don't know why. Even when I was in school, brung really bothers me.
Brung?
I brung it. No, you brought it.
That's a tough one, brung.
Do you like it? Do you like using it?
No. Gosh, no. Just sounds awful.
Yeah. But I had never heard anybody say "tooken" until I started working at EST. Like, is that a thing with the kids now?
Maybe like some of the things they would probably say is just, oh, that's just slang. Just chill out, chill out, Unc.
Okay, yeah, I guess.
But sorry, Unc speaks
There's a
proper
difference between
English.
slang and yeah.
Yeah, no, I think even if they don't want to accept the correction, you still have to offer it.
Like, to me, slang is using different words to describe something. Okay, so a slang for car would be your wheels, right? I got to get my wheels. Well, you're not literally getting just wheels.
Sure.
But saying, "tooken," that's incorrect grammar.
They've taken it too far, Reid.
They really have, Coop. Thank you for that notice.
Have you heard of this, Caster 1990?
Yes.
Given that we are at RE/MAX Field here, for those on the audio stream, we're live from the William Huff suite. This is the field level suite, doing the Reid Wilkins show, and then we're going to take in the game.
Yeah, and Randy Gregg should be here in 5 or 10 minutes.
Randy Gregg's going to come by and say hi. Yeah, that is a baseball thing. I've never done it. I've never had the chance to do it, but the 9 beers, 9 dogs, 9 innings challenge.
Right. I don't think I'm going to do it.
Right. Okay.
And I don't think it's full hot dogs, aren't they? Don't you get a tray? I've seen pictures of them.
Well, no,
and it's not a full beer.
The Riverhawks do a kind of a pared down version.
Right. It's an AGLC version of it, right? Like, yeah,
they
you
can't sell you 9 beers and 9. Like, they can't sell you 9 beers at one time.
Once, right.
If you want to do it on your own, and you go say like Matt Wanek wants to do this, and he says he could do it.
Have 9 full cans of beer?
Yep.
He'd pass out after the 5th inning.
He says he can do it. That guy can eat. So, I don't know.
We'd have to get him taken to emergency. Coop chiming in. Okay, but the Riverhawks version, well, we'll get Randy to describe it.
Sure, maybe we
I
should
think it's
get
like
one.
a little sampler of beer.
Well, yeah, let's get one on the show.
And then you get a little hot dog.
We always say we should do a show from there. We're here.
We're here doing a show from Remax Field, which is pretty cool. So, no, we have not done that. Is that what he was asking? But
yeah, the Riverhawks have a challenge.
Is it a hot
box.
dog, a beer, and something else? Or it's 9 beers, 9, and so you do eat one per inning.
So what is it? Little like pigs in a blanket?
You get a tray that you could hold on your lap, I think. Yeah,
technically it could only be, I believe, 2 beers worth of beer.
Right. Yeah, I think
You know
they're
what I
in the little, like the little splash of Coke
Splash of
cups.
Coke cup.
It's a splash of beer.
Okay.
But did you get 9 different types of beer?
I don't think you'd want
It is a bit of a beer flight. Now I have it up for those on YouTube.
Oh yes. Okay. What do we have? Oh,
the
there it is. What's all in
999.
there?
So it looks like a variety of beverages, and it definitely looks like 9. Those look like full size dogs to me, Reid. But I think it's the liqueur that has to be a little bit sized down.
Those aren't full size dogs.
I don't know.
I don't know.
We're going to find out from this one.
Big Uke says it's more than 2 beer, but it's not 9 full beers.
Aiden says it's 4.5 cans worth of beer. Man, that's a lot of beer.
That is a lot of beer. I'd need a buddy to do that with.
Well,
is Coop coming to the game?
I'll tell
How
Mama.
long would it take Coop the corgi to tear through 9 hot dogs?
Honestly, like a minute.
Like seconds?
Yeah, it would be gone. If there's food on the ground and we're not like off Cooper, he can't help himself. He's a chubby little buddy.
Well, he's a good dog.
What's happening?
Well, they're setting up for the game. There's stuff being moved into place, and I'm surprised there's not.
I thought
more
there'd be
action on the
practice
field,
and
maybe.
stuff. Like when do they? So this is
Yeah,
true.
when do they hit the field?
We're gonna find out precisely at what time they actually have to show up to work.
Shows you how little we know about baseball.
Well, it shows you how
people
little.
have been here setting up. Like when I came in, there were guys bringing chips and popcorn in and stuff.
Yes,
that's how we got in.
Flat of like a pallet full of
And
popcorn.
that was, well, you were here earlier than me. I was
Actually,
here about
popping
45.
corn is I believe what it was called.
Popping corn.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have not seen any players milling about yet or doing a little stretching. They come out here to stretch, don't they?
You would think. You'd hate to go to a
Beautiful
game
evening
cold.
or beautiful afternoon. You gotta stretch out. Yeah, we're gonna find out. But you're gonna have to. Why don't we do it now? Quiz me on the teams.
Okay.
Do you want to do it now?
Yep.
See if this is the 3rd time we've done this. I did not improve from the 1st and 2nd time. So Jay's gonna have me run through the 16 teams, 14 teams in the West Coast League. Now, how did we do it? Did you give me the name of the? I think you gave me the name of the community.
Well, I gave you the town, or yes.
Yeah, the name, and then I say the name of the team.
Okay. So let's go here. Let's go here. Okay. Bellingham.
Bells.
Correct. Bend.
Elks.
Correct. Corvallis.
Oh, see.
See, I would have got this one.
I always forget Corvallis. The Knights.
Hey,
it is the Knights.
Correct.
Yes.
Obviously, Edmonton is the Riverhawks. Kamloops.
Kamloops is the Northpaws.
That's who they're playing tonight.
The Northpaws.
Yes, the mighty paws of the North. Like we should try to get somebody from Kamloops on to tell us what is a Northpaw.
What is a Northpaw? Well, it's a right-handed person, I guess.
A Kelowna. Kelowna.
Falcons.
Correct.
It's funny, like Kamloops has such a fun team name, and then Kelowna is just like the most generic bird name.
Marion.
Berries.
Correct. Nanaimo.
Oh, Night Owls.
Yes. The Port Angeles. Or Angeles.
Lefties.
Is it Angeles?
Port Angeles, I think.
Angeles.
I don't know. I've got them all so far.
You're 100%. Portland.
Pickles.
Correct. Ridgefield.
Oh,
This
no.
might stifle you. Stymie.
The Ridgefield. Oh, crap. The Rangers.
Think of Jurassic Park.
Oh, Raptors.
Yes. Springfield.
Oh, what is Springfield?
I don't know that you'll get this.
It's not Simpsons related. They didn't go that way.
They didn't go Adams.
Springfield. Sauerkraut.
Springfield Drifters.
Okay.
Victoria.
Habacats.
Walla Walla.
Wallbangers. What?
Walla Walla Sweets.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember that one. That's such a weird one.
Not the Harvey Wallbangers.
Walla Walla Wallbangers. That sounds good.
The Wenatchee.
Apple socks.
There you go.
So I have improved. I only got 3 or 4 wrong.
Okay, so next year we'll do this, and hopefully you can remember
I'll get 14 or
Springfield Drifters, Ridgefield Raptors,
Sweets. Why are they the Sweets?
and Walla Walla Sweets.
I only got 3 or I got Corvallis Knights.
I think it's the variety of apple that a lot of these teams are named after.
What's Yakima Valley? Are they not in the league anymore?
No, I don't see them listed here, Reid.
They were in the league. There was Yakima Valley. Weren't they in the league?
What were they?
Or is that the Apple Sox? No, Wenatchee's the Apple Sox.
The Pippins.
Yes.
Yeah, they're out of the league.
Oh, the Pippins.
Did they fold?
I don't know.
That'd be sad if they folded.
Yeah, it says they're still around. They're not on the website. Maybe they're not in good standing with the West Coast League.
All right. We'll hopefully get ready, Gregg, here in a couple minutes. We're late into the 4 o'clock break. We're having a blast at Remax Field. Here's the 4 o'clock break.
The Lock Shop.
It's like the 70th minute or something. They showed that momentum chart that they've added in this World Cup, and it was basically all Spain. Like, if you showed that chart to some random person and said Spain was taking on an opponent, who do you think this opponent would be from this World Cup? Here's the schedule of what they had. They would say, well, that's the Capo Verde. Like, no one would say that that's Argentina. You're Argentina. You're the defending champions.
The Lock Shop, weekday mornings at 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
You've always known GCL Diesel as the experts in diesel fuel systems, but did you know that GCL is also your source for turbochargers and turbo repair? As a turbo supplier for Garrett, Borg Warner, and Wholesat, GCL can provide genuine original equipment turbos at wholesale prices. Whether it's diesel, gas, natural gas, or performance, we can provide you with the turbo or custom repair you require. Turbo questions? We've got turbo answers. Visit us in the West End or online at GCLDiesel.com. GCL Diesel, turbochargers, understood.
Looking for a delicious meal without the hassle? Head to Pasta Pantry in Sherwood Park, your home of the game day meal. From handcrafted fresh pasta with rich homemade sauces to ready-to-heat family meals, Pasta Pantry brings authentic Italian flavor straight to your table. For over 30 years, Pasta Pantry has served hot, delicious comfort food made right in our kitchen. We do it fast so you can slow down. Visit Pasta Pantry in Sherwood Park today and taste the difference fresh makes. Pasta Pantry, real food, real fast, real good.
Kickoff is coming. Are you in? August 1st. Elks, Rough Riders at Play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium. The prehistoric party is back and bigger than ever. Presented by Purelator Tackle Hunger. Experience family-friendly dinosaur-themed fun all game long. All in support of local food banks. Every catch, every tackle, every touchdown. The best way to experience it is being there when it happens. Edmonton Elks. Our city. Our year. Get your tickets now at goelks.com/tickets.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. It's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
Hockey Canada has unveiled its coaching staff for the 2027 World Juniors here in Edmonton. Misha Donskov will serve as head coach. Ryan Getzlaf makes his international coaching debut as one of 4 assistants on the team. Staying in hockey, Derek Lalonde has joined the Canadiens as an associate coach, spending last season with the Maple Leafs. Meanwhile, the RCMP has reported that Rough Riders defensive back Jayden Dalke was driving on the wrong side of the road before a fatal crash that took the life of another person. Authorities say that before the accident, Dalke left a gas station with unpaid fuel, with police finding alcohol and cannabis in his vehicle. Elsewhere, the Blue Jays and Rays begin a 4-game series. Toronto goes with Dylan Cease on the mound. Tampa Bay countering with Nick Martinez. Locally, it's the Riverhawks clashing with the Northpaws at 7:05. If you can't make it to the ballpark, listen to the game on any of EST's audio streams. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. The second hour of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
Okay, hope you're having a great afternoon. We're having a great time here in the William Huff Suite at Remax Field. Riverhawks game tonight. Now we got a former Oiler on, so we're going to make this the Oil Understood for GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around, from turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors. They are the critical engine component experts. Proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years, and now a partner of Edmonton Sports Talk and the Reid Wilkins Show. GCL Diesel. Diesel. Understood. All right, we always try to do a little pause there, Randy.
Very impressive.
Randy Gregg is here, of course, the managing director of the Edmonton Riverhawks. How you doing, sir?
Well, I could be a little bit better when that smoke goes down a little bit, but otherwise it's dry and it's summer and it's baseball, so I'm a pretty happy guy.
Yeah, well, it's been a rainy. Have you guys lost any home games, or how's it been with the rain? We
did lose one home game, unfortunately. We have squeegeed our outfield way too many times. But the beauty of it, the players want to come play. The fans are enjoying the time. So we'll do whatever we can to to make sure it's safe, not only from a smoke standpoint, but also from water standpoint. The facility here is nice. Our artificial turf dries up in seconds. It's that darn outfield that we have trouble with sometimes.
Okay. So the outfield is natural grass.
It's natural grass, and the players like it, actually.
Sure,
it's a nice way to go. But the natural grass has been here since 1995, and so we've done some things to it so that the water will drain, but when there's puddles, there's puddles. So it's, but I know what a squeegee works, and I've done my job.
Videos of you out there, yeah. Which is, your title's managing director, but really it's what needs to be done. You help.
Janitor.
Yeah.
I'm a better janitor than a director, but the bottom line is I learned from a lot of wonderful players in the Edmonton Oilers that if you're not willing to do it yourself, then why ask somebody else? And so when the Mark Messiers of the world did things that he shouldn't have to do, you learn about things like that.
Well, literally, I was going
as we go along.
I was going out into the suite hallway here to see if I could track you down and say, okay, yeah, we're down here. And you literally bolted through the door with a dolly in your hand as if you were, hey, how are you? You were on the go. So we won't keep you too long. What have you just thought of the start of where the Riverhawks started to where they are now? I mean, this is such a beautiful example of how a community can come together, and how when the right things are done and the right vibes are brought to a stadium, it can be quite successful. How has that process been for you?
Well, it started, about 100 years ago when I was young and played left field here. I love baseball. In fact, I was a much better baseball player than a hockey player. But I would have to go down to the States for a scholarship. I wanted to keep on baseball. I was in medical school at the time. I thought I better not give up that gig. So I thought, well, I'll play some hockey for a little bit. But after saying that, baseball is a wonderful sport. And I think we've got a great hockey team. We've got a great football team. And we also need a baseball component. This facility is old and it's creaky and it leaks, and that's why we have squeegees. But it's a magnificent facility. And to bring these young fellows from all over Canada, the United States, to come up and represent Edmonton, play a high level of baseball. These are not professionals, but they want to be. And they'll make honest mistakes, but not because they're not trying hard. And they're just wonderful young men, and I really like that. After saying that, we also had to say to ourselves, what would the community like? They can buy a very expensive hockey ticket. We said we need a $20 ticket. And after the first year, somebody came to me and said, you can increase your price. I said, sure we can, but I don't care about you and me. I care about the family that maybe it's a little bit harder to put together $100 to go to a sporting event. So I think it resonates with the community that when you treat the people that maybe don't have millions of dollars, and that's your priority. It's important. The other thing is I'm the youngest of 6 kids, so when there was food, I had to eat it because there wasn't much food left. I said, I want a $3 hot dog. Now, there's a $9 hamburger, but I never wanted a young family to say to the young son or daughter, son, we can't afford to buy something. So it's a junior hot dog, but it's a $3 hot dog, and I think it resonates with people that although we have to pay the bills, we don't need to be billionaires or millionaires. We need to do something in the community. And what's really exciting to see these young families come, the young parents who maybe don't know very much about baseball, they enjoy it. The very last component that we said is our general manager, when we started, had a saying. He said, there's 1,500 people in Edmonton that would sit in the washroom and watch baseball. And I'm one of them. And there's 1 million people who want to be entertained. So he does a great job entertaining, and I think our staff are like that. They're very young and enthusiastic. I get to be on the end of a two-wheel dolly, and that will be my job from now on. So I think we all do our part.
Now, is that Steve Hogle you're talking about?
Steve.
Now, his title, he has this amazing title, Director of Fun. I don't know how you get that. But so good for him. But he's done a great job with you guys as well.
Well, and Steve was here. I tell him to his face that he probably doesn't know a curveball from a fastball, but he doesn't have to. We've got coaches to do that. What he has to know is what resonates with the people, what from a cost standpoint, from an entertainment standpoint. I sit here and my eyes are blinking, wondering what's going on a baseball field, but the people enjoy it. And so that's the key. We have to make it enjoyable. Access is never easy in the River Valley. Our parking is going to be an issue. Of course, smoke today, we hope that the smoke goes down because we don't want to put anybody at a health risk to play. But when you've got 6,900 people here, the last Friday we played, a lot of us wrote moving water around because we didn't want those 6,900 people go home unhappy that they wasn't able to see a game. So there's some work to be done.
No, you mentioned the parking can be tough, but you did add the shuttle this year from downtown. So that helps.
Well, it helps to some degree, but we added it this year because next year we'll lose our main parking lot.
So this whole to the north is going to be gone?
It is. And, as much as we like to be really selfish, it's a good decision on the city standpoint. We're going to have a promenade. We hope it will turn into down Robson Street in Vancouver, things like that. It'll be good for the community, good for the River Valley, just not good for us. But, we shouldn't be so selfish as to keep the parking lot. So we have to be creative. And that's why ETS has done such a good job with the Elks. If we can teach people that, you can go down to take the bus down here, enjoy it, enjoy the game, and then get back to your car. If we get used to that this year, then maybe next year won't be quite as big a transition.
Okay, so Randy Gregg joining us here on the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne. Game tonight at 7 against the Kamloops Northpaws. He just quizzed me on all the team names in the league.
He did really well.
I only got 3 wrong.
Yep.
So what's your playoff situation? What's going on in the standings for you guys?
Yeah, it's difficult. We have a team called Wenatchee, and they're in first place. They break it into 2 halves, and so if you win the first half or the second half, you're in the playoffs, and Wenatchee will win both halves, so the next 3 highest will go into the playoffs. We really like that because so many fans would come and say, it's 1st of August. I didn't realize there was baseball. I want to come. I said, that's the end of the season. Our guys have to go back to college in the middle of August. So if we can get a couple more playoff games for our fans, obviously the players really enjoy that. We'd love to bring a championship back to Edmonton. But really, when we take a look at it's really the fans that we want to create a positive experience. We'd love to have this season go into September because, as you well know, Edmonton's beautiful in September. It's a great place down here. But if it's a summer collegiate league, they're going back to college, and they should.
Okay. So game tonight at 7, and there is and you got 6 home games left, and then they got to go on the road, and then hopefully playoffs. I was looking at the standings. The way I looked at it, you're in the mix.
In the mix.
In the mix. So you
got to stack some wins together, though.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting the bat out, and my son Ryan said, Dad, no, don't even think about it.
Because you're in excellent shape. You said you were better at baseball than hockey. I mean, because I also wanted to ask you if when the batting practice comes out, if maybe me and you can go swing
Jay
at
wants
a couple.
So bad.
But if you got in the batter's box, I mean, are you going pulling one down left field still?
So years ago, I could put it over the fence pretty easily. I don't think I could get it out of the infield right now. So no, I'm going to pitch to you, and you can show us your amazing talent.
All right, I've got some torque here. We can make it happen.
We got to talk some hockey with you. You mentioned you played on a hockey team where everybody realized that, if there's a job to do, sometimes people who maybe don't usually do that job have to step up and do that. Mm-hmm. Is that how you look at this current team? I mean, they're kind of selling that's why they're bringing in the new coach named Mike Babcock to build on that sort of thing. How do you see all that?
Yeah, that was a different era. And keep in mind, I was a 44% failure in the NHL. I played for 9 years. We only won 5 Stanley Cups. So, I'm not a very good man to talk about success in hockey. I don't think you'll ever see an environment that we experienced in the Oilers dressing room back in the 80s. Mark, for instance, would come. He sat 2 stalls beside me, and when the checks came around, there was no e-transfer at that point in time. Mark, you said, "Oh shoot, I got to go to the bank." Now he did, and he cashed it, but he was telling us, "Don't be playing for that. There's much more important things." And there's 5 little rings in some of our cupboards at home that show that although it is a profession and the owners do make a lot of money, that's what motivated our teams. And I'm not sure. I mean, there's some great leaders. Connor McDavid appears to be a good leader. Some great players, but I don't see any team any time at this. When they're getting paid so much, it's great to see them come together in the playoffs, but nobody will ever get close to what it was like in that dressing room years ago.
Two teams, Florida and Tampa Bay, made the final 3 years in a row. Edmonton made it 2 in a row. And then it seems like eventually exhaustion kicks in too, right? Like that was one of the storylines for this year. Some people believe, I don't, maybe a little bit, but it just seemed like, are they tired from 2 runs to the Cup final? Maybe mentally, like, did you guys go through that? There was just an emotional exhaustion as well as physical.
Well, that's where your leadership comes into play. But I think also when you play from September until April, and then you get to go golfing, there's a little bit of rest. When you go from September until middle of June, play your Stanley Cup, and then 3 or 4 of the guys will go to the Canada Cup, and they'll get a week off and then go to training camp. Absolutely, there's physical exhaustion. But when you take a look at the team, it also motivated them. So, a lot of great players can get through exhaustion with motivation and intensity and leadership. But yeah, when you go long into the Stanley Cup, it's hard. After saying that is the difficulty with consistency in hockey, because you've just made the Stanley Cup final. Now 4 of your players go into free agency.
Right.
So the salary cap makes it more difficult. I wouldn't want to be a GM right now because I want to keep these players that are starting to develop a mold, a group, and then all of a sudden you lose 4 and 4 new players come in.
Right.
It comes to me absolute leadership, and I'm not sure why Mark is not the coach or general manager of some team, because if you didn't do what he said, there would be a reckoning outside the dressing room.
I'm not going to get you to, unless you want to, comment specifically on Mike Babcock, but you had Glenn Sather as your coach, and then you had John Muckler as your coach, right? I think those are the only 2 you had with the Oilers.
Mm-hmm,
yeah. What was the line for you between your coach motivating you, being hard on you, and then maybe knowing when to let off the gas and let you be an adult with your own performance?
Yeah, well, let me add the third coach, a fellow named Claire Drake. We might have heard of him.
Yeah, of course.
4 years at the university. You know how much I got paid there?
Probably nothing.
Free hockey stick. That's all I got.
Oh, you got a stick.
And we played 2 games and practiced five days a week. Right. And so for somebody who wasn't very talented, not a lot of physical ability, that practice the game ratio turned a lot of us into really great players. But more importantly, the understanding that academics and athletics could be combined. I think that's helped me and a number of people who may not have made it to the NHL, but made great contributions to the community. So, let's be obviously honest. The NHL is a business, and the business is to win, and whatever it takes to win. Coaches don't necessarily have to be as strategic with regards to technical things, because by then, hopefully you've known it.
Right.
They have to be strategic with regards to motivation. And Glenn Sather was a great motivator. That doesn't mean he's on our Christmas list necessarily, but he got us a lot of those Stanley Cup rings. At the time that he lost that ability to motivate, he brought in John Muckler, who was a great a technical strategist. And when we won the first Stanley Cup, and what do you do when you win the Stanley Cup? You walk in the dressing room. I was so thirsty. I got this, but there was champagne. I started drinking, and then I realized Hockey Night in Canada was watching. Here I'm guzzling down the champagne because I was thirsty. Anyway, I went in immediately. John Muckler, I gave him a hug. I said, "You are the reason why we won this," because we had a lot of players that were very individual. I mean, amazing players, Gretzky and Messi, but we didn't know how to play as a team. And John Muckler was able to bring us together as a team. So he deserves a great deal of the credit for us winning 5 Stanley Cups.
Yeah. Well, Randy, we appreciate you dropping by. I mean, you and your team, speaking of team atmosphere, you've done a great job here. How many years is this now with the Riverhawks?
Well, this is the 6th year. Yeah, we thought that we'd Well, we knew we were going to go 10 years. And
Okay.
what we didn't realize was the response from the fans and the whole city. It's been remarkable. And, as much as we like to pay the bills, it's so beautiful when you see a little 7-year-old out there getting excited about baseball. And talk about 7-year-olds. I got 12 little grandkids, and they all come down, and they know what a split finger fastball is. They're 6 years old.
12 grandkids?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's
I hear
great.
you got a couple lines for your own hockey team. You got baseball. You got enough.
Yeah,
for
you got
baseball.
you got a unit.
Line up a relief pitcher, someone coming off the
Yeah,
bench.
that's right.
I got baseball covered, no
Yeah,
question. I
maybe
think,
a
Really
DH.
well covered.
yeah. For sure. Well, we got a reliever, and then we got a long reliever, and then the closer. So I think we're done. We're not going to get any more.
That's amazing. Thanks so much. I've always loved interviewing with you over the years. You're so honest, and you got a great personality, and you love Edmonton, which is so cool. And I hope I think it's gotten less smoky while we've been talking. So I think we're going to be good
Just
tonight.
breathe deeply. Do us a favor. Keep breathing deeply and see if that smoke will go down. We'll get a game
I
tonight.
talk enough that we should be okay. Really appreciate you dropping by.
Yeah, you bet.
That's Randy
Thanks,
Gregg,
guys.
Managing
Thanks,
Director of the Riverhawks. Here's Zachary Kubish with an update.
Hockey Canada has unveiled its coaching staff for the 2027 World Juniors. Misha Donskov will serve as head coach. Ryan Getzlaf joins the team as one of 4 associate coaches to make his international coaching debut. And staying in hockey, Derek Lalonde has joined the Canadiens as an associate after spending last year with the Maple Leafs. Meanwhile, the RCMP has reported that Rough Riders defensive back Jayden Dalke was driving on the wrong side of the road before a fatal crash that took the life of another driver. Authorities say that before the accident, Dalke left a gas station with unpaid fuel, with police finding alcohol and cannabis in his vehicle. Elsewhere, the Blue Jays and Rays begin a 4-game series. Toronto goes with Dylan Cease on the mound. Tampa Bay countering with Nick Martinez. Locally, it's the Riverhawks clashing with the Northpaws at 7:05. If you can't make it to the ballpark, listen to the game on any of EST's audio streams. And this sports update is brought to you by Say the Reid Sport Medicine. Connor McDavid's got a team of specialists, and you've got a bag of frozen peas. Get the same locker room approach that's trusted by the best in the game. Call them at 780-460-9977 or visit their website at saythereidsportmed.ca to book an appointment. Today, more with Reid Wilkins and Jay Milne. Following the break here on Edmonton Sports Talk, I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
Justin Rankin, man, I mean, just unbelievable. He has to be in the MOP conversation.
I would argue that right now he's the front runner just based on what he's doing from being on pace for 1,000 yards rushing and 1,000 yards receiving. Now he has to keep it up, and he's going to have an otherworldly season.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric. Weekday mornings 6 to 9. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Ready to raise the stakes? At Play Alberta, bigger bets and buy-ins are now available for nearly all live dealer games. From blackjack to baccarat, your favorite tables are waiting to deal you in. Whether you're kicking back at home or looking for some fun on the go, now's your chance to enhance your Play Alberta experience with new elevated stakes. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, use your game sense. At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed and visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
Grandpa, what's this?
That's my opening day ticket to the first ever Blue Jays game.
Wow, you kept it all this time?
Of course, some things you treasure forever.
Keep your treasure safe with Sentinel Storage, official storage partner of the Toronto Blue Jays. Try 4 weeks free. Visit sentinelstorage.ca.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
If you would like to communicate with us, please do so. You can post in the nasty chat if you're watching on YouTube. Subscribe to Edmonton Sports Talk if you haven't already. You can post in the nasty chat on YouTube and give us a thumbs up. We try to get to at least 100 thumbs every show. You can email Reid at edmontonsportstalk.com, Jay at edmontonsportstalk.com. I forgot to check if we got any limericks coming in today. Okay, yes, we have one from the Big Uke. My challenge was for the limericks, work in the names of former Edmonton Trappers. Okay? From the Big Uke. Trappers get a no-no by a man named Scott Downs. Bert Blyleven starts twice. Now where's a Hall of Fame crown? Dante and the senior Patty, an MLB and NFL daddy, nicknamed Kingfish, Mr. Salmon never did frown. Pretty good. Who's senior Patty?
Senior Patty?
MLB and NFL dad. Is that him or is that somebody else? You Big Uke, you out-referenced even us. Good work.
Senior Patty. An NFL and?
NFL. I don't know if that's the same guy or if that's somebody else. Oh, Mahomes.
Oh, Patty Mahomes.
Right. An MLB and NFL daddy. Yeah, Pat Mahomes, senior Pat Mahomes. All right. That's really good. He says, Big Uke says that was harder than anticipated. Pretty good job, though. And you can text us 780-218-9999. That is the River Cree and Resort and Casino inbox. Now, at River Cree Resort and Casino, they have Tap 25. It's 50% off the entire menu, 7 days a week from 2 to 5 p.m. Incredible deal, rivercreeresort.com. The off-topic topic for William Huff was design or pitch to us an Edmonton Sports Talk themed ballpark promotion. So we had Jason Milne's Corgi races,
yes,
or the Coop the Corgi Challenge. We had Dustin, something to do with Dustin Nielsen eating chicken finger, or people having a chicken tender eating competition.
Yeah, tender off.
A tender off.
Yeah.
Do we have anything else coming in, or people?
Well, Jason and Leduc says J.R.R. Tooken instead of Took.
That's incredible.
I thought you'd like that one.
That's funny.
RC and Ladner says the Walla Walla Bing Bangs.
That's like, oh, these are good. Not even, whatever. Just text whatever you want.
And Abutsky says, is there any chance the Riverhawks and Elks could work together to avoid home game scheduling conflicts next season?
I doubt it. I hate to be cynical. I doubt it.
I don't know if it's like a thing where they could actually logistically work together, because I would say the CFL, as far as priority,
schedule
would be much higher than the Riverhawks, right?
And the Riverhawks got to play, what do they play, 32, 36, maybe not even that many home games in like 3 months, barely. Like they got to get to it. So I think that would, I understand why he would ask that question. I hate to sound like a negative Nelly, not a negative Nelly, like not open-minded, but I just don't know how they would make that work. And it's not like what team is going to budge. Like, are the Riverhawks going to schedule double headers on Saturday so they're not up against Friday Night Football? I don't think so.
Yeah, I think it's the realities of having two sports in one city that are going on.
Stuff to do.
Well, and the Stingers are also involved as well at that timeline.
Yeah.
Right? So there's just lots of options.
That'd be tough. Those were very funny. We didn't even get any on our EST promotion, but the JRR Tooken.
That's for Benny.
He wrote Lord of the Brungs.
I've been getting comments asking for me to go up and catch some fastballs. I know we had a discussion at one point if I could catch a heater from Eric Zabrowski. I said I could. Many thought I couldn't. Like just a straight fastball.
You could probably catch it. Hit it? I don't think so.
No, I didn't say anything about hitting.
Okay, good.
But
because you think you could score on a World Cup goalie.
Yes, I could.
All right.
I mean, what's so hard about that?
They're huge.
Exactly.
They're quick.
No, the nets are huge.
The nets are huge. Yes, the nets are huge.
You just got to beat the goalie mentally.
Outstare him.
Yeah.
Just.
Oh, look at this.
We got drinks delivered. Thank you, Randy. He does.
Oh, wow.
He
Thank
does
you.
Do everything. That's amazing. Not alcoholic drinks, by the way.
No, it's got some Gatorades.
How'd
for
you
the
know
boys.
I would prefer the blue?
I didn't. I just grabbed it.
Glacier freeze. So, Mr. Bond.
Sounds like a Bond villain.
So it appears. Will you be going to the North Pole? I may put you up in a glacier freeze.
Those are nice.
Are we live, by the way, Coop, as the show starts? Too much fun on this show.
I think we're on.
Oh, all right. What do you want to do? Oh, we've got World Cup buying or selling for Damon Bunting, a consistent top-producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for over 18 years. He and his team would love to help you find that right home or make the move from your current home. Community-driven, he understands what it takes to make a difference in our city. Check him out, DamonBunting.com, Instagram handle, Damon Bunting Real Estate. Yes, Mr. Bunting. I would like to list my underground lair. Oh, it's about 60,000 square feet. It's inside a volcano.
Hey, Damon could sell it.
It's just not practical for the cleaning anymore. And my idiot neighbor, Mr. Bond, keeps trying to kill me.
Right.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
Cleaning.
I should
I
be
do
allowed.
like.
I should be allowed out in public.
Don't be so hard on yourself.
By the way, I have the next 2 days off. Did you have Benny?
Yeah.
Benny's a very talented young man. We got a lot of talented
Benny
youngsters at
and
work.
Jay.
Zach, Trev.
Yeah, we got a lot of talent.
The rest of us are all old.
We're just gonna have fun.
Do we have anybody in their 30s, or is it all like 20 and then 40 plus? Oh, Wannick. Well, Wannick.
Can you count him?
Is Eric in his 40s now?
Eric?
Yeah,
he must be.
He must be by now.
I mean, Dusty and I are the same age.
Yeah,
we're both 45.
Gager and I
44.
are the same age. Gager's is slightly older than me. Hernan's in his 40s.
Matty.
Is Matty the only guy in his 30s?
Yeah.
Good for him.
Flashy.
So you and Benny tomorrow, though. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, for the
Mark
next
Killam
2 days.
Show tomorrow.
Mark Killam show
Mark
tomorrow.
Killam show tomorrow.
We're going to unleash Benny on Mark Killam. Ask him if he's gamed at all, what his gaming,
He probably will. He probably will at some point. Did he do any more night stuff over the weekend, or he doesn't live at the station anymore?
I think he moved out.
He moved out of the station.
Yeah, Benny's room is no longer. That's at least what I understood. I didn't go in there today.
This glacier freeze is delicious. All right, the World Cup final. Did you have time to watch?
I did.
I watched it. So dominant by Spain.
Very.
All right, I'm going to be that guy again.
Okay.
I love the World Cup. I love the tournament. I love all the nationalities. I love the competition. Soccer, as I was explaining last week, is not one of my most favorite sports. I still like it and appreciate it.
Sure.
But again, there was a chance that Argentina could have won that game without attempting a shot on net. Forget about hitting the net. Attempting a shot on net. Like there was a point at which the shots on goal were 15-0 and the attempts at net were 23-0 or something like that. I think they finally got an attempt or two late when they were down 1-0.
Well, and they could have tied that game up.
They did have a couple good chances.
Yeah, they had a really good chance.
So to me, that remains a problem. I'm sorry, everybody. And yes, I know people are saying, well, Reid, you can win with great goaltending in hockey. Yes, but the team that's being outplayed usually still at least manages a few shots on net.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen a hockey game where the shots were 42-0 and the shot attempts were 67-0, and it goes through overtime and gets to a regular season shootout.
Right.
And in the playoffs, in a championship game, it would be impossible to score without shooting. unless you had a really weird Steve Smith situation, which is pretty much a one-off for hockey history.
Now, do you think, Reid, you would have had a more critical take on yesterday's World Cup final if it was the first game of the World Cup you'd watched? I guess what I'm saying is we've watched with intent this World Cup. Great time zones for us.
Yep.
Right? During the workday. We can watch it at work.
Yep.
We watched a lot of soccer. We started to be more comfortable with the uncomfortable side of soccer, which is the apparent dullness of it.
And the Jacques Cousteauian diving.
Right. But do you think that you now, having watched it for the last month and a half, are able to say, you know what, that was more of a battle, a positional battle, than just saying, that was a dud of a game? Or is there room for both?
There's room for both.
Because I think I would have been much more critical on it. I think I would have been like, this is exactly why people don't love soccer.
Right.
North Americans anyways, because it's slow. It really was a not a good match. Like the last...
I mean, credit to Spain. I mean, clearly they're the best team.
They were the better team all game. But, I mean, and they did have shots on goal. They did have attempts. Argentina's keeper was phenomenal.
Yeah, you got to give credit to him.
But it just didn't have the back and forth battle like you'd like to see. It was very lopsided.
Correct.
By
the way, Spain got robbed in that first disallowed goal. That
what
was
was
not a foul.
Where was the foul?
The foul.
Well, he stepped on his foot.
But
I know it's soccer.
Did he? I don't know.
I don't know. You think in the sport of soccer, like the refs don't throw a flag when Justin Rankin gets his foot stepped on.
No.
Like it just happens. It's a sport where you're running.
Was tough. The offside was offside. That
it was tough.
Another goal.
I thought, anyways. Was the halftime thing?
Oh, the halftime show.
Like the Muppets?
Well, I'm usually happy when I see the Muppets, but I did wonder why they were there.
What were they doing there?
They did Seven Nation Army.
But I don't understand what.
But it wasn't the whole Muppets.
Is Jim Henson on Infantino's payroll?
Maybe Infantino's a big Muppet guy. Or maybe Trump recommended them. You know, Infantino, there's this great band. I used to watch them all the time.
I was younger. They really rock out. I didn't, whatever, if it was what it was, but I thought it was very disjointed.
Yeah, as people know, I'm not a big halftime.
You're not really critical of it.
It was fun. It was.
Did it make or break my day?
They were
no.
lip-syncing though, weren't they?
I don't know. I thought Bieber was great. A real kind of a downer of a song.
Yeah.
But,
why did he do that song?
But you thought it would be more energetic. But he sounded great.
Shakira had a lot of energy.
Shakira was great.
Yeah. BTS. There's like 7 of them or something.
BTS. My daughters, they all knew that
they're
song.
Into that. Okay.
Right. I just didn't understand it. It felt like it was going this way and that way all.
Yeah, I didn't know what.
And then the Muppets
was. I guess it was love because they're all going.
Love,
how do
right?
You do that.
This thing, Reid.
Am I doing it? My fingers don't work properly. Is that a heart?
That's a heart. Is that a heart?
I don't know. I don't have one. Yeah, the halftime show, whatever. It was fine. They had one. It was energetic, I guess. But yeah, I was kind of like, okay, this person. They didn't really do anything together, I don't think. Madonna's like 67, I believe. I mean, good for her. Still rocking out.
Yeah.
I wanted to hear Material Girl, though.
Right.
What did they do? Music? She did
music.
Is that all she did?
I think.
What's her biggest song of all time?
It's got to be Vogue.
You think that's the best known one?
I think so.
Like a Prayer?
Like a Virgin?
Or Like a Virgin? That's probably not as well known as Like a Prayer.
Vogue.
But music was around 2000, wasn't it? I don't know what Madonna's best known song would be. Papa Don't Preach, probably not. Holiday. I know a lot of Madonna songs.
Yeah, this is interesting. According to
what does AI think?
Well, it just lists like a Virgin, Take a Bow, music.
I don't even know Take a Bow.
Her absolute biggest Hot 100 chart topper is Like a Virgin, which spent 6 weeks at number 1.
So based on its time at number 1, okay. But what would that be as the widest known to the widest audience? I think Like a Prayer or Vogue would be better known.
Vogue, I think, is up there.
Like a Prayer they used in Deadpool and Wolverine.
Okay.
Anyway, World Cup.
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, Reid, I thought that was the game that was going to happen. I mean, Spain had allowed, one goal the entire tournament?
Yeah.
So they're a very defensive-minded team. If you were expecting fireworks, if I saw a lot of the betting, the overs, people were just like, I just want them both to have fun. Well, it wasn't. It was a defensive battle. Spain could have won that game 3-0 or 3-0.
Well, Argentina never really had the ball.
Right.
Until the last 7 minutes.
Well, until the time that Argentina's generally woken up throughout this whole tournament.
Yeah.
And they could have tied that game up. Yeah, I thought it was good. What did you think about the afterwards? I thought it was interesting seeing...
I didn't watch the presentation.
I thought it was interesting seeing Messi just sit around on the field.
Oh, yeah, I saw a little bit of that.
That was really... And he was almost in tears. Just very emotional. I believe that's his last World Cup, right?
Yeah, probably. But I didn't watch the trophy presentation. I had to go get some groceries and stuff, so I didn't sit around for the trophy presentation. I watched the match a few minutes after. Well, and that one Argentinian guy got a red card. He tossed the player down.
Well, he got the yellow and then the second yellow.
But then I thought a guy got a red card after the game because there was an altercation.
After the game? Yeah, I saw something happening after the game.
What are you doing?
Well, who cares?
Well, it just didn't look.
I mean, it's not a good look.
No.
On the Argentinian because he ragdolled that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But and I don't. Another thing I don't like, and we saw it again yesterday, is the way they yap at the referees. Like running up to him, like tugging at him.
Right.
I don't know if they touch him, but they look like they do, and like the pleading or the pointing or like we'll go to like it's. I don't know. I know every sport has that where its own sort of ritual of how you talk to the refs. I mean, we're at a baseball stadium. There's a certain amount of...
I might be talking to the ump tonight.
A certain amount of theatrics between the players and the umps. I get that, but I don't like how the refs are treated in soccer. They're treated quite disrespectfully, I think, and I don't like that. Like players charge at them and surround them. It's
right.
Like, get out of there.
I know.
Like, leave them alone.
Well, but he did give the yellow card, the first yellow card. I forget the name of the player, but he ended up getting the second yellow card. But he gave him a get out of here kind of gesture for something that was not at all a foul. Like he really leaned into a dive there.
Right.
But then he got his first yellow and then just got too aggressive and got his second yellow.
Right.
And that ultimately was what really was the nail in the coffin, I think, for Argentina.
Yeah. But overall, I enjoyed the World Cup. There are still things about soccer, and I explain them that put it – I explain why, for me, it's lower down on the sports I love.
Hey, maybe that's what you need to really, push for is to have a second referee.
Yes.
So that then they don't know who to yell at.
That's actually a good point.
And it'd be split.
Yeah. Or just have the second ref be like a really big bouncer type.
Right. And he just walks around and protects the first ref. Yeah. There. Boom. Done.
780-218-9999 is the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Edmonton Sports Talk presented by Play Alberta. PlayAlberta.ca/EST. Go to EST Specials on the Play Alberta app or PlayAlberta.ca. Jay's play of the day is Dylan Cease. Was it 7 or more strikeouts?
6+ strikeouts.
6+ strikeouts and a hit for Ernie Clement. Any quick text you want to get to on the soccer, or should we get them later? Uh-oh.
Spruce Grove Corey, can you see that?
It's too far away for me.
It says, do you expect this to hold me freeze? No, Mr. Bond. I expect you to hydrate.
That's great.
Nolan from St. Albert says, nice Elb hat, Reid.
Thank you. Wearing my Expos hat. Okay, we have Dan Bass coming up after the 5 o'clock break. That's going to be fun. We got the Coob right away. And then what are we doing next? Oh, yeah, fired up. I'm definitely fired up about some football stuff for Jemco. We'll get to that. Here's the Coob.
Hockey Canada has unveiled its coaching staff for the 2027 World Juniors here in Edmonton. Misha Donskov serving as the head coach. And Ryan Getzlaf joins the staff is one of 4 assistants making his international coaching debut. Out east, Derek Lalonde has joined the Canadians as an associate coach after spending last year with the Maple Leafs. Meanwhile, the RCMP has reported that Rough Riders defensive back Jayden Dalke was driving on the wrong side of the road before a fatal crash that took the life of one other person. Authorities say that before the accident, Dalke left a gas station with unpaid fuel, with police finding alcohol and cannabis in his vehicle. Elsewhere, the Blue Jays and Rays begin a 4-game series. Toronto goes with Dylan Cease on the mound. Tampa Bay countering with Nick Martinez. Locally, it's the Riverhawks in action against the Northpaws. 7:05 first pitch. And if you can't make it down to RE/MAX Field, listen to the game on any of EST's audio streams. This sports update is brought to you by the Edmonton Elks. It doesn't start on game day. It starts before kickoff. Get your single game tickets today and be there for every hit, catch, and touchdown. Lock in your seats now at goelks.com/tickets. Some CFL discussion up next here on the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The EST Hangout.
Yep. 5 games on the Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Oilers.
I love that back-to-back. I love that.
Ready for this.
I think it'll be good.
You're not ready.
I know.
The schedule coming out, I always love looking at schedules, but I'm thinking like September 29th, and like that's just like
too soon.
That's a little over 2 months away, and we're back at the rink.
usually
be preseason.
We haven't had a good summer yet.
I know.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
Ready to raise the stakes? At Play Alberta, bigger bets and buy-ins are now available for nearly all live dealer games. From blackjack to baccarat, your favorite tables are waiting to deal you in. Whether you're kicking back at home or looking for some fun on the go, now's your chance to enhance your Play Alberta experience with new elevated stakes. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, use your game sense.
Grandpa, what's this?
That's my opening day ticket to the first ever Blue Jays game.
Wow, you kept it all this time?
Of course, some things you treasure forever.
Keep your treasure safe with Sentinel Storage, official storage partner of the Toronto Blue Jays. Try 4 weeks free. Visit sentinelstorage.ca for details.
2 guys and a goalie.
By the end of the season, Nuge will no longer be on PP1.
I'm going to hire it.
Let's fire that one. You think Babcock's going to legit mix up that top
I think
power play?
Babcock's going to have 2 power plays.
But McDavid and Draisaitl and Boucher are still on one. There's no way. There's no way.
No PP time.
I would love to see Babcock go, Leon, you're on one power play. Connor, you're on the other.
2 guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Must you click? Click. Must you click?
There is the world famous Thumb Click remix as put together by Zachary Kubish, reminding you to give us a thumbs up if you're on YouTube this afternoon. If you're on iHeartRadio or TuneIn Radio, that's also great. We appreciate it. But if you got a second to go into YouTube and click the thumb, that helps. Then click the share button and send the show link off to several other people via email or text, and spread the word of the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne and Edmonton Sports Talk. We love doing shows for you. Great summer day here at RE/MAX Field. We're in the William Huff suite. The players are starting to get ready for the game. 7 o'clock, Riverhawks against the Kamloops Northpaws.
Yes.
That's a great team name. I got to give them credit for that. That's a fun team name.
Is it?
I actually like that one. Yeah. I don't like most things, as you know.
I don't know that, like, is it just a take on Southpaw?
Yeah, they're Canadian. Northpaws. So technically a Northpaw would just be a right-handed person. If
right.
You go by why they're Southpaws, but nobody ever says that. And they got a Northpaw on the hill.
Yeah, it's okay. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know what their logo is, so I'll critique their uniforms tonight.
Well, you might have a chance to do that before the show's over.
Oh, yeah, we're right by their dugout, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, where are they? Hey, Sully! Sully! Oh, his name's not Sully. That'd be great if he looked.
Yeah.
Wave him over. 780-218-9999. River Career Resort and Casino inbox. They got the Tap 25 happy hour, $5.25 drinks, all beers, including bottle and draft, import and domestic, select premium well highballs, and select premium wine. Served at Tap 25 Center Bar, Onyx, and on the casino floor. Available Sunday to Thursday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. rivercareerresort.com. All right. I did not get to see, though it was an exciting finish, I didn't get to see much of Montreal-Calgary, CFL.
Right.
But I did get to see some of Hamilton and Toronto, and I did get to see quite a bit of Whoopig and Ott.
Yeah.
And that has me fired up for Gemco Fireplaces, proudly serving Edmonton and area for 45 years. The authorized dealer for Napoleon Fireplaces, whether it's gas or wood burning, look no further than Canadian-made Napoleon Fireplaces. All the Napoleon products you need are available at Gemco, 9281 50th Street. So there's a lot of talk about the changes in the CFL, rules changes, playoff changes that are summer this year, summer next year. But we saw in action 2 rule changes over the weekend. And we've always talked about the Rouge, and what if some people hated about the Rouge? You get rewarded for missing. You can just blast it through the end zone and get a point.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so what did they change? If you just kick it out of bounds, you cannot get a point.
That's right.
The point must be conceded, or you have to be tackled in the end zone. So the the boatmen, as they're called, have a chance to beat Hamilton. Liam Hiralahu, did I say it right?
Yeah.
Still a tongue twister after all these years. Misses, I think, a 31-yarder, flies through the end zone, game over.
Yeah.
In last year's rules, that game is tied. And Toronto, while missing a chance to win, would have had another chance to win in overtime. And I thought, great. This is great. Everybody should be happy. Makeable field goal, kicks it through the end zone, doesn't win the game, doesn't get a point to tie the game. I was fired up to see that in effect like that right on the last play. And wasn't he the guy last year that
I was just going to say, Toronto won a game.
Yeah.
Where he had a last play of game field goal.
And I think that was tied.
It was tied.
Right.
So essentially all he had to do was kick it through the end zone.
Right.
But you're a kicker and you have stats. You'd think you'd like to keep it through the uprights. And he just wails this thing through. And, say what you want. He could tell you for the rest of his life that he just didn't care. He just needed to get it through the end zone.
Yeah.
But really, he was actually closer to the upright by missing it than he would have been if he sent it down the middle.
Right.
So, yeah, I thought it was poetic that happened to Hiralahu to say, no, you're not going to get any points for it. I don't mind that, Reid. I don't mind even you've seen it with Javon Leake quite a few times already where he's strategic about, do you get the ball or do you let it bounce? And, and the Elks have ended up with the ball on the 40-yard line, right?
Yeah, because he let that one punt go out the side of the end zone.
Yes.
And they got it out the 40. That was earlier in the season.
So but it's nice that, it's not a crapshoot as to, oh, what's the rule? What do I do? Right. He knows what the game plan is, and he's actually watched it dribble through the end zone.
Yeah.
Now I think you want to get fired because I'm fired up about this too.
Okay, I love the Winnipeg-Ottawa overtime.
Wasn't that fantastic?
There cannot be a tie game in the CFL. They do 2 regular shootout possessions from the 35. If it's still tied, you run 2-point converts until somebody wins. They do this in the NCAA. I know the NFL overtime has its mystique, but there's still, even the way they do it now, it's still better to win the coin toss. It's
sure.
Still, but now it's like equal possessions. Yeah, it takes punting out of it, but I just loved seeing that yesterday, going to the 2-point converts, and it's like, okay, you're going from the 3-yard line. Let's see how I can do it. And I thought Winnipeg. Okay, I'm curious what you say about this. I thought Winnipeg out-schemed, out-coached the REDBLACKS on the 2-point convert plays.
I do too, and I don't know what Ottawa was doing defensively on that second 2-point conversion that they got to ultimately win them the game. Why do you have a guy that can just sit across the goal line and catch? Like that is like playing catch when we were kids. It's pitch and catch. It was far too easy.
Right.
Why you wouldn't be a bit of a, in a manned up situation there. But Tommy Neal just came in and went and got it and caught it.
Yeah, those were shockingly easy.
Wide
receptions for
open.
Winnipeg.
Wide open.
Like,
and
just
back to back.
Yeah.
So then Ottawa's like, well, two can play at that game. And they tried doing it, but they overloaded that zone. They had another receiver that was getting jammed up.
Oh, okay.
So that they couldn't make the easy pitch and catch. I always find it interesting when you're on the 3-yard line, why you forget that the end zone's 20 yards deep. Why do you forget that?
Right.
And use it to your advantage. Those defenders are not, trust me, they're lined up on the 2-yard line. They're not thinking that they're 22 yards from the back line.
Right.
They're thinking they're 2 yards from the end zone.
Right.
And they have to defend this line.
That line, right.
Take a bit of a shot. Take a risk instead of putting the ball into traffic. But the way the overtime went was perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, they both had 2 mini games. Was it both field goal?
Yeah, it was all field goals.
All field goals, and then they went to the mini games, and it was 1-for-1, and then they went for the second one, and there was some confusion there. Which
about who went first?
The
second time because it's never happened before.
Right?
No, even Ottawa's first 2-point convert was a stupid throw.
Terrible.
But
I don't know how Gino Lewis caught that.
I don't know how that's one of the best catches I've ever seen.
In fact, when they showed the reverse angle, I think the safety for Winnipeg came over the top to knock it down and actually changed the trajectory of the ball to tilt down and into Gino Lewis's hand.
Yeah, baby.
Because there's no, like, we were watching it with our friends and we're like, what a terrible throw. It was into double coverage. And then he stands up and he's got the ball.
Even Rod Smith was kind of like, that ball will sail into. He got it.
That nobody would think he would come up with.
That was a great catch. But tough for Ottawa. I mean, Ottawa 0-6. I mean, the Elks have beaten them twice. They've been close in a couple games, but they can't do it. And plus, they had a lead, right? They couldn't put Winnipeg away.
Well, 17 points unanswered in the fourth quarter. Not a great way. They were up 17.
I thought it was 14. They were up 17.
Yeah, Winnipeg scored 17 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
You know what? That was nice to have the. I like Drew Brown. I thought it was a bit of a Drew Brown revenge finish there.
Right.
And he was quite adamant and showing some emotion at the end of the game that maybe wouldn't have been so nice to the Red Blacks. But that's the team who let him go. I swear to goodness, Reid. I swear, and I'd have to get somebody on that can lip read. But there was a defensive back that went over to Drew Brown to congratulate him after the game.
Yeah.
And I to me, it looked like he said, I don't know why we let you go.
Oh, he probably did. He might have.
Instead of Jake Mayer. Jake Mayer's numbers are not terrible, Reid.
Well, but like I say, he gives both chance.
But it's like MBT. Like MBT would put up good numbers here in Edmonton. Serviceable numbers. But they weren't able to get wins out of it.
Right. So I guess a couple games were a little lower scoring in the CFL this week. 19, 17, 24.
Streak had to stop.
But here's the margins of victory in the CFL this week. 2, 6, 1, 2.
Parity.
Like, it's good. The games are coming right down to the wire.
A lot of parity.
We'll get more on the Elks, and we'll see what this next guy is up to. He's one of the greatest to ever play the game. Dan Bass after the 5 o'clock break.
Kickoff is coming. Are you in? August 1st. Elks Rough Riders at Play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium. The prehistoric party is back and bigger than ever. Presented by Purelator Tackle Hunger. Experience family-friendly dinosaur-themed fun all game long. All in support of local food banks. Every catch, every tackle, every touchdown. The best way to experience it is being there when it happens. Edmonton Elks. Our city. Our year. Get your tickets now at goelks.com/tickets. Ready to raise the stakes? At Play Alberta, bigger bets and buy-ins are now available for nearly all live dealer games. From blackjack to baccarat, your favorite tables are waiting to deal you in. Whether you're kicking back at home or looking for some fun on the go, now's your chance to enhance your Play Alberta experience with new elevated stakes. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, use your game sense.
The Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for any scenario. You finished work early? Happy hour. You finished work because you accidentally hit reply all to the entire company? Big happy hour. Your boss said, great job. Happy hour. Your boss said, per my last email. Ugh, emergency happy hour. You finally closed the big deal. Happy hour. With a huge selection of ice cold drinks and great food, the Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for whatever just happened at work. The Canadian Brewhouse. Your day just got happier.
River Cree Resort and Casino and CFCW present All Shook Up, an afternoon tribute with the King, featuring 3 of the world's best Elvis tribute artists. August 16th in the venue. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
What's better than sleeping under the stars?
Sleeping inside our house? Need extra space at home? Get it back with Sentinel Storage. Canada's choice for storage solutions with a store near you. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca.
Day 1, week 8, Elks injury report. Brett Boyko, Royce Metier, Brock Mogensen, Carter O'Donnell, and Tyron Vreda were all limited at practice. O'Donnell with a knee injury. Mogensen battling a hamstring ailment with the Elks on the road this Thursday against the Riders. Meanwhile, the RCMP has reported that Rough Riders defensive back Jayden Dalke was driving on the wrong side of the road before a fatal crash that took the life of one other person. Authorities say that before the accident, Dalke left a gas station with unpaid fuel, with police finding alcohol and cannabis in his vehicle. In Hockey Canada, they've unveiled their coaching staff for the 2027 World Juniors here in Edmonton. Misha Donskov will serve as head coach. Ryan Getzlaf joining the team as one of 4 associates. Elsewhere, the Blue Jays and Rays begin a 4-game series. Toronto goes with Dylan Cease on the mound. Tampa Bay countering with Nick Martinez. And locally, it's the Riverhawks in action against the Northpaws. First pitch at 7:05. If you can't make it down to Remax Field, listen to the game on any of EST's audio streams. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. The third and final hour of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
I think you need this one.
That's what 25 years in the industry will do. You put the wrong headset on. You just grab the nearest headset and start talking.
Things are starting to happen here, Reid. This is exciting.
Yeah, this is getting really good. This is really good. We're at Remax Field today in the William Huff field level suite. Incredible view of the game. Riverhawks and the Northpaws at 7 o'clock. We'll tell you a little bit of something else the Riverhawks special have going on later in the summer, too. We'll tell you about that a little bit later on. We're going to get to the Oil Country Towing hotline here right away. Oil Country Towing, Edmonton's most trusted 24/7 roadside rescue team. Fast, safe, and reliable for over 15 years. Whether it's game day or a snowstorm, we work as hard as your favorite team to get you going. Call 780-986-6088 for all your towing needs. Coob, just let us know when he's ready. Dan Bass, CFL Double E legend, is going to join
Michigan
us.
State legend. He is a Spartan.
He's a Spartan. That's right. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
And tomorrow at this time, it'll be the Mark Killam Show, the Elks head coach, joining us every Tuesday at 5 throughout the season. Now, I will not be here tomorrow, so old Ben's going to get, or young Ben is going to get to ask the coach some of his own questions, so that'll be really, really cool. Elks at Rough Riders on Thursday at 7, right? So that'll be a 6 o'clock Commonwealth Stadium green and gold kickoff show with you and Awanak. And then you're on after the game as well. All right, let's go to the Oil Country Towing hotline. One of the all-time greats ever to play in the Canadian Football League. Dan Bass is on the line. Dan, you're on with Reid Wilkins and Jason Milne. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great. It's a pleasure to talk to you. Before we dive into some of the football stuff, remind everybody what you're up to these days.
Well, I'm still working. I've been in the car business. That's one of the reasons why I retired, and I'm still enjoying it. And I've been very fortunate. I enjoyed football, and I enjoy selling cars and looking after the customers.
All right, you can plug your dealership and your colleagues. That's fine.
Well, I didn't want to get a bill at the end. I'm at Wolf GMC in Edmonton there.
Okay, and so did you start doing this when you were a player still, or how did that transition work?
I did it during the off season. A funny thing is I was actually at Wolf used to be Western back in '84. And I sold cars during the off season. And Pat Healy at the time, who owned Lakewood, knew Brian Kelly very well. And he says, I want to meet this Dan. And so I met Pat. He was on the board of directors with the Eskimos and everything else. And I figured if he's good enough for that, he's good enough to work for. So I went and worked for Pat for 30-some years until he sold Lakewood.
Okay. Interesting stuff. Well, glad you're enjoying that. I can tell you have a lot of passion for it. Obviously, you are known for being a very passionate player in the Canadian Football League. I mean, you're on the Esks Wall of Honor. You're a franchise great. You were here from '84 to '91. As Mark Killam calls them, you were with the team in red for a couple seasons before that. I want to ask you this though: when you look back, I know you were a great player. I know you made a lot of plays, but how long did it take for it to sort of click for you? You know what I mean? Where you were on the field and you felt like, okay, I'm not going to get fooled here. Like you know what I mean? When did that sort of really come to fruition for you, where you're just like, okay, I got this? You know, they're not going to surprise me ever again.
Right. The first couple of years, it was a little different being from the States. I played football at Michigan State. And, the 3-down rule and some of the rules was a little different. And not really quite understanding the game. I would probably say it was in '82, that last part of the year of '82, and I was traded out to Calgary, when I finally understood and got, with the coaches. It's a hard thing to describe, but when you relate well with the coaches, it's amazing what you can get from a player and stuff. And I was very fortunate to have them at Calgary and with the Eskimos as well, where what they wanted, and then you could just react and do that on the field. When players have questions for you, boom, you knew it. You could spit it out.
Now I wanted to transfer up to this year, to current level Elks, and I just want you to speak to what you're seeing out of this defense, which, we talked about it since training camp, that they have the players, they have the group that can be something special. You played on several special defenses here in Edmonton. What do you see that has said to you, yeah, I think this defense is of potential championship caliber?
Well, part of it, I mean, you look at the turnovers they're getting. They seem to be making plays when they need it. But the one thing that I look at, and it's the same thing when I played or when you watch film, when you see a team or somebody on your team make a big play, who's getting involved? Like, who's all getting in there high-fiving everybody? You want to be part of it. We used to call it a feeding frenzy. And, when another team sees, like when somebody makes a turnover and you got 5 or 8 guys all over there celebrating, you're going, oh my God, they're all fired up. They're ready to go. And we used to do that when we played against a good running back. You would get the hits on him early, and if one guy missed him, there's 2 other guys there to hit him, and you're going to make him know that it's going to be a long night. He's not going to get his 100-yard rushing against you tonight.
I also wanted to ask you, this is Dan Bass joining us here on the Reid Wilkins Show on the Oil Country Towing Hotline. A player that Reid and I have really noticed and just has seen him almost shot out of a cannon this year is Joel DeBlanco, the weak side linebacker. Is that something, Dan? I mean, this is his 3rd year in the league. Last year, he got a lot more playing time. This year, he's a full-time starter. But he just looks to be playing with such a angry, physical attitude. Is that something that, you kind of alluded to with Reid off the top, that just comes with more experience and more comfort, especially he played in the U.S. before he came to the CFL. Is that what we're starting to see from a player like Joel DeBlanco?
I would think most of the players, yes. It's going to take you a little while to get your confidence. As a player, you have to have your confidence. If you don't have your confidence, it just doesn't come naturally. Where you can, the old saying was, you can't be thinking when you're playing football. You just got to go out there and react. And part of that is once you know the system, what needs to be done and how they want it done, you just go play football. And it's amazing how much fun you can have and you do things right.
What was it like, and do you think that, because, okay, this is how I'll preface this, Dan. We've heard it from so many different people. Well, this team was they've been trashed for so long. I mean, when Ed Hervey came in, he referenced the team as the laughing stock of the CFL. But they've turned things around. They've brought in Chris Morris. They've brought in Ed Hervey. They've hired a great coach in Mark Killam. Last year, they were building in the right direction. This year, they're getting off on the right foot. Do you think that winning will truly bring fans back to Commonwealth and get that stadium to, 30, 35,000 people on the regular?
I hope so. And I think, yes, because everybody likes to be on a winning team or support a winning team. And, we went through some tough times where I remember in the old days when we played, we'd say we win our home games and we're going to split the away games and we're going to be in the playoffs and we're going to see what happens. Well, when 2 years in a row goes by where you can't win a home game, it hurts. I mean, it even hurts for the ex-players to go, oh my God, what are these, you feel bad for what they're going through, but that just shows you when you don't have the right formula. It's a team. You got to have the coaches, you got to have the people in the front office, the general manager, the vice president. Everybody's got to be on the same page. If you're not on the same page, you're just not going to get there.
Well, yeah, Dan Bass joining us on the Oil Country Towing Video Hotline. I think that same page comment is very astute, and we saw a lot of continuity from last season as well. I mean, the entire defense was back, right?
Yeah,
a lot of the defensive players. When you watch nowadays, are the characteristics of a great linebacker the same as the characteristics of a great linebacker when you played, or have there been some changes to the position, the mentality, the physical makeup, something like that?
Well, I think they're faster today. So that's, they're, and you know what? The athletes today are faster and bigger. I mean, the game changes all the time. You get somebody who's, you're getting players that are bigger, faster. Like, me, Cap, and Willie Plus were not the biggest linebackers, and you just, things have changed, but that's part of the game. And the idea is you got to adapt to it. And, and like you said, but the right thing is the player, and I never cared for how big the guy was, how fast he was, or this or that. To me, the most number one thing is heart. If the guy has heart, you can win the games. And if it's amazing how many players, have all this ability. They can run, they're strong, and this and that, but they just don't have what it takes. They don't have the heart when you need somebody to step up and make a big play when you need it. The team needs it.
Dan Bass joining us here on the Reid Wilkins Show, doubly alum. Dan, I ran into you when I was out at the Emerald Hill Sports Facility coaching flag football, and I know your son, Dan Bass Jr., who is also a hell of a football player, thankfully has stepped up and committed to coaching, youth football and specifically flag football. What were your thoughts? The first time you came to one of those flag events or the weekend games that are going on there, because flag football is quite new, but it's affording opportunities to a lot of different athletes to try the game of football. What did you think of when your thoughts going into it, and then your thoughts after you saw the product that was being put out there on the field?
Yeah, going into it, I mean, I was brought up where when I was that age, you just went out and played tackle football, and that's the way it was. But looking at it and watching my grandson and watching my son and his staff work with the young guys, it's such a great, I think that they're so much farther ahead because they can go out there and play football and learn the game itself. And, I just looked at the kids and, I always said I was a kid for 34 years of my life. And, you look out there and you watch those kids playing, they're having fun. That's the main thing I looked at, and they had fun and they just enjoyed it. And it was fun as a grandparent, sit there watching them and go, geez, I used to run like that too at one time.
All right. Well, hey, Dan, it's great to catch up with you. I mean, we love having alum on the show. And you know what? I know this is probably the oldest thing in the book to say, but I'm going to say it again anyway, because I got a couple texts from friends who are fans while you were on air here that they just love the Americans who come to Edmonton and stay in Edmonton. I know you've been here, but that's still appreciated, even though you've been in the community a long time.
Well, and that's something, back then it was the Eskimos, but the Elks that's what they expected. I remember when I got traded from Calgary to here, Norm Kimball comes up to me and goes, when you moving your family up here? And I says, I'm going to buy a house back home. And not realizing how it would not have worked. And they said, no, we expect you to live up here. Because this was home. Once you learn how the Eskimos take care of the Elks take care of you, you wanted to be part of it. You didn't. This became home, and that's it's hard to explain, but you have to be there. But they took care of me. In other words, I would have went back home in Michigan, and I don't know what would have happened, but we were so blessed and happy that we stayed up here, and things worked out great for us.
Yeah. Great to hear. Thanks for coming on with us. Great to hear you're doing something that you're passionate about, and we love your perspective on the current version of the team as well. Thank you so much, sir.
All right. Thank you, guys. Have a good day.
Dan Bass checking in on the Oil Country Towing Hotline. For the younger members of our audience, he was exceptional.
Dan Bass, number 30.
Yes. Would it be fair to call him a beast? One-man wrecking crew?
A one-man and he used to, this is in the days when he had the big face mask and everything was taped.
Yeah.
Elbows, wrists, your hands, everything was interlocking with white tape, and you would just go, he was playing in the day when you actually put a pad on your forearm to shiver a guy as hard as you could to get off a block or to move his hands off of you. That to me those were my glory days. Watching that team. I mean, he talked about Larry Ruck.
Yeah. When he joined after
Willie
the 5
Pless.
in a row, he still won a Grey Cup. But yeah, I mean, there's still some awesome teams. Yeah, he was an excellent player. And I mentioned this when we were talking before the game on Friday. I think when the team wasn't very good, and I don't want to bring up everything, but there were some people hired over the years that the alumni weren't happy about either, saying really, he's representing us now. So I think, the alumni likes, I know some alumni, they'll text me if they think I'm wrong or get in touch with the station.
No, it starts with Chris Morris.
I think it starts with Chris Morris.
Absolutely.
With Ed Hervey. Mark Killam is not a Double E alum, but he's a longtime CFL.
Yeah.
They didn't go out of the blue and hire somebody.
He's a Golden Bear, though.
Yeah,
Reid.
plus
Come
he's
on.
a Golden Bear, so he's wearing green and gold. So, I was saying this, the alumni is back on board. You got more players going in the community. You got more continuity, and now you have a good team. And we're going to talk about this in the next segment. They are a good team. I don't think this is just a product of them playing Ottawa twice.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a good team. And I'll say this again, and I think I even put it in the chat on Friday. This started last year. They were 1-6, I believe. They went 6-3 in their next 9 games, and then they lost the last 2 games of the year, which they'd kind of been eliminated. Well, they had been eliminated by them. I mean, that last game against Calgary, they didn't even really have most of their starters playing. A lot of their starters playing. So it did start last year, and I'm going to say something else. Okay, and I might. Well, I don't know. Some people might say, Reid, I'm glad you finally said it. Other people might say, Reid, you mean-spirited little gremlin. They make the playoffs last year if Cody Fajardo starts the entire season. Okay? It's that simple. Now, I think they had to go through what they went through with Tre Ford.
Sure.
I think they had to have a GM and a coaching staff say, here are the keys for the offense. To the offense, you go. We're not going to jerk you in and out of the lineup and, have you come off the bench and then start you and then not start you, and then maybe you'll come on in relief, or have a coach or GM that drafts you and then apparently doesn't believe in you. We're not going to do that. We're going to say, Tre Ford, you're a Canadian quarterback. That's the most important thing a team could ever have. Pretty much. Go do it.
You're the starter.
So I'm not begrudging that they made the decision last year. But let's face it, if Fajardo is the starter all of last season, they probably don't start 1-6. They probably start 3-4.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And then if everything else goes the rest of the way, they're probably a 500 team, and they probably get into the playoffs. They probably don't do any damage in the playoffs. They weren't good enough, but we're probably talking about the playoff drought having ended last year. Now, I know I know Tre Ford won the game in Hamilton and made some spectacular plays, but I just want to say, in what's happened over the Elks over the last 2 years, let's not forget, this team something was building last year, even though it was 7-11 and a bummer and the team out of the playoffs. It started last year. It's not just like, oh, they were so bad last year and now they're good. They were getting good last year. They beat Saskatchewan at Commonwealth. They beat Winnipeg at Commonwealth. The defense started to show signs of life. Rankin was becoming the player, or already was the player that he is. And now they kept most of the defense. They brought in some receivers. They beefed up the O-line. By the way, I think the injuries on the O-line are a huge concern going into Thursday, but we'll talk about that more.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't have a problem with what they did with Tre Ford. I think they needed to find out. But if they had just said, you know what, we're going to start the better quarterback, and Cody plays all of last year, they're in the playoffs last year. They were decent enough to do it.
Well, and I think this new coaching staff, this new management also needed to assess Tre Ford as the quarterback for themselves and say, no, we need to see the product on the field with our own eyes and evaluate the talent level with our own eyes, as opposed to hearing the riffraff and hearing the pro Tre side, the Tre Ford should never have played quarterback. They went through that experience together. Ultimately, it wasn't a right fit here for Tre Ford. You can say, well, look what he did last night in Hamilton. Okay. I've said it before. I'll say it again. The Tre Ford experience can happen in brief moments, but over the long term, it's not sustainable.
Right.
All right. Now so you said they were building something last year.
Yes.
You know what they were building? They were building the culture. They were building the people that they wanted to be here, and they went through a whole season, and then they made roster changes in the offseason. Now they're much closer to that culture that they want, the standard, the double E standard, in the locker room, out of the locker room, in the community, not just on the football field. Because if you're doing all those other things outside, like off the field, what you see on the field will get better. It just will happen. And that's why I've harped on this. I've said it over and over again. But the addition to Chris Morris in this team, in this front office, was massive, because that is a culture guy. That's a guy who understands what a winning culture looks like, and then it just takes a little bit of time to marinate. And right now you're seeing the fruits of that labor, and you're seeing a team that's come together because you can see it.
Yeah.
Dan Bass was just on the show. He said, we did that when we were going up against a hot running back or the best running backs. We would make sure we were vocal in knowing that this running back is going to have to face not just me as a middle linebacker, but the other 11 guys that are on the field.
And that's how this defense plays this year.
That's how they play. That's culture. That's winning culture. That's an attitude, which I think the Elks have.
Edmonton Sports Talk is presented by Play Alberta, playalberta.ca, the Play Alberta app. Look for EST specials under sports. And, of course, go to playalberta.ca/EST. I think you will enjoy the things that you find
on
that website. Yes. They're just pictures of Jay and I. No, they're not.
We should arrange that.
It's much more interesting than that. A little bit more on the Elks. We're happy to hear from you. 780-218-9999. River Free Resort and Casino inbox. Post in the nasty chat on YouTube. If you want to get in on the off-topic topic, pitch your EST-themed ballpark promotion. We've had some funny ones coming in. Give us a thumbs up on YouTube if you have not already. Words of the day, ballpark edition, is it? I don't know.
Oh, I'll have to check.
We'll have to see. That's ahead as well. But first, the Coupe.
The Blue Jays are in action against the Twins in a runless contest just starting. Top of the second inning for the first of 4 total games. Currently, Dylan Cease is on the mound for Toronto. Around the majors, the Padres and Braves are runless bottom first inning, and the Guardians have a 6-2 lead on the Twins entering the third. They won Week 8 Elks injury report. Brett Boyko, Royce Meche, Brock Mogensen, Carter O'Donnell, and Tyron Vreda were all limited at practice. O'Donnell with a knee injury. Mogensen battling a hamstring ailment. Meanwhile, the RCMP has reported that Rough Riders defensive back Jayden Dalke was driving on the wrong side of the road before a fatal crash that took the life of one other person. Authorities say that before the accident happened, Dalke left a gas station with unpaid fuel, with police finding alcohol and cannabis in his vehicle. Hockey Canada, they've announced their coaching staff for the 2027 World Juniors here in Edmonton. Misha Donskov will serve as head coach. Ryan Getzlaff joining the team as one of 4 assistants. And locally, it's the Riverhawks in action against the Northpaws. 7:05 first pitch. If you can't make it to the ballpark, listen to the game on any of EST's audio streams. And following the World Cup, Canada remains number 30 in the FIFA Men's World Rankings. Germany dipping below the top 10, dropping by 2 spots to 12. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and surrounding areas since '93. They have doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, they have plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff today at Windsor Plywood Leduc. Reid Wilkins, Jay Milne, more from Remax Field up next here on Edmonton Sports Talk. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The Oil Stream.
The Edmonton Oilers home and opener has been announced. It'll be the 29th of September. And then they will also play in Vancouver, because Vancouver's home opener was announced, and it will be the Oilers on the 1st of October. So it is a Vancouver-Edmonton home and home. The Oilers getting what should be nowhere close to a playoff team.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. It's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
Ready to raise the stakes? At Play Alberta, bigger bets and buy-ins are now available for nearly all live dealer games. From blackjack to baccarat, your favorite tables are waiting to deal you in. Whether you're kicking back at home or looking for some fun on the go, now's your chance to enhance your Play Alberta experience with new elevated stakes. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, use your game sense.
It's the weekend. The sun is out, and everyone, yes, even the kids, are bored. Bring them to the Canadian Brew House. Our patios have games to keep the whole family going. Rooftop views, real turf to run around on, and misters for when the summer gets serious. Oh, and we've still got the game on. Always. All day, all weekend, all summer. The Canadian Brew House. Canada's best patios.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know. Come to the game tonight and comment on my Expos hat.
Free comments.
Free comments. I will accept your comments on my... Well, I guess I was going to say vintage. I guess anything Expos is vintage now.
I guess you could say that.
Existed for, 22 years? Something like that?
That would be correct.
That would be a long time. By the way, portions of this hour presented by your Edmonton Elks. Their next home game
Reid.
Saturday, August 1st, 5 p.m. Great start time. Long weekend.
Speaking of Jurassic Park, they're hosting their annual prehistoric party Saturday, April 1st. Obviously, they'll be taking on the Saskatchewan Roughriders down at Commonwealth Stadium. The dinosaur-themed game day will feature family-friendly activities alongside the Pure Later Tackle Hunger Food Bank Drive.
Oh, nice.
So that's a big one there. I believe in recent years anyways, if you bring in food bank items, you can take a picture with the Grey Cup generally.
Oh.
Usually there alongside those. So there's going to be a Jurassic excitement brought to the CFL.
That's huge.
Monumental.
That's huge. This will be a big, well, I mean, all the games are big, but this next 3-game stretch, you got the 2 Grey Cup combatants from last season who are both doing very well. So 3 teams in the CFL have 1 loss, and that's one of them is the Elks, and then their next 3 games are against the other 2 teams currently at 1 loss. The Riders are 4-1. The Alouettes, like the Elks, are 5-1. The Alouettes' 1 loss was to the Elks in overtime.
Mm-hmm.
Edmonton's 1 loss was to BC. Saskatchewan's 1 loss was to Toronto, who they haven't done very well, very good since then.
Let me ask you something, Reid.
Okay.
Because prior to Friday's game, I was of the belief that they've got the Lions home and away against away and home against the Rough Riders.
Yep.
And then the Alouettes.
Yep.
A tough 4-game stretch.
Yep.
I thought, hey, if the Elks can go 500 over those 4 games, that would pass the smell test.
Yes.
Of whether this team, because this team's still being questioned if they're legit. Even though they're 5-1, is the fashion in which they've been winning, maybe the opponents that they've faced. I think if they can go 500 through this gauntlet of the season, then I think yes, this team is absolutely legit. Your thoughts? Or have they already proved enough to you?
They've already proven enough to me. I guess my question would be and we hear from listeners, to those of you who aren't convinced the Elks are good, I really want to know why. I'm not saying great. I'm not saying Grey Cup favorites. But if you're thinking the Elks are going to have a massive drop-off or, finish 8-10 or 7-11 after being 5-1, I want to know what the flaws are that you see. And I don't buy the argument. Well, they're only 5-1 because they've beaten the 2 last place divisional teams twice each. That's why they're 5-1.
Yeah.
That's why we're only a third of the way into the season. So that's who the Elks played. Part of the reason Ottawa is 0-6 is because they aren't good enough to beat the Elks. Part of the reason BC only has 1 win is because they could only split against the Elks. So I get that the quality of the opponent matters. And if the Elks go over the next 3 games and are outclassed by 20 points in all 3 games, I'll say, okay, I was wrong. They're not that far along. But, again, they've already beaten Montreal. They've beaten Montreal with Davis Alexander in the lineup. They beat Saskatchewan last year at home with a team that wasn't as good as this year's team.
Mm-hmm.
And Saskatchewan went on to win the Grey Cup. I'd be very surprised if they went 0-3 in these next 3 games.
I would be stunned,
very surprised.
And I'll tell you why. Defense is because I think this defense is championship caliber defense, and they're just getting going. They're just starting to hit their stride. You saw major, vast improvements in this JC Sherritt-led defense last year.
Mm-hmm.
At the start of the year, they were not that great.
Right.
But credit to JC Sherritt and his staff, they got it together, and they've picked up where they've left off, and I think they're only getting better. And I said this on the postgame show that, as an Elks fan, you might have to be okay with winning quote-unquote ugly games.
Yes.
Because is this offense I believe the offense can be dynamic. Have they shown enough consistency with that? No. But that's a work in progress. That's why I thought getting that win against BC, given the circumstances and given the way their defense balled out, was a major stepping stone for this team to say, okay, if this facet's not quite going, well, at least we got this facet that we can depend on. And at some games, some point, It's going to be the Elks offense that's involved in a shootout, and the defense is going to have to say, hey, offense, sorry, we let a few too many points pass, but can you carry the weight? And they will. So I think this team is obviously 5-1, Reid. It's easy to nitpick, especially with the offense, but I've seen enough from this offense to say they're capable of it. They're just not consistent enough.
I'm concerned. Now, is O'Donnell on the injury list?
I did receive the injury list while we were on air here. So Brett Boyko's still limited with his hand injury. Royce Metier, defensive back, limited with his Achilles. Mogensen, limited with his hamstring. Okay, Mogensen wasn't on the injury list last week because he was just on the 6th game.
Right.
So that's promising. That means he's on his way to recovery. Carter O'Donnell, limited with a knee. Now, we'll see what happens there.
Is Beard on the 6th game?
Beard is on the 6th game.
And
Woodmansey's still on the 6th game.
Right.
I feel, Reid, that when I saw that in real time with Carter O'Donnell, I thought he tweaked something. I don't think it was
I was really worried at
he
first.
wouldn't be on there if it wasn't something like, I think this is more along the lines of a sprain in which you can play with that. You just have to be smart about it during the week, and you have to brace it, tape it properly so it doesn't get worse.
Yeah. This is my biggest concern against the Riders is that they could be without 60% of the O-line that they wanted to go into the season with.
True.
Now, Woodmansey has hardly played because he got hurt the first game of the year.
He did.
Now Beard's been out. Cordy's done a good job, but Beard has been the starter. And now O'Donnell, we'll see. He could be out, or he could be banged up. So that's a concern. So, they got to adapt. But this is just I get it. Well, they only beat the Lions because Rourke didn't play. All right. Well, the Elks were missing 60% of their O-line for most of the second half. Figure it out.
Yeah.
Have depth. Have other ways you can win. Okay. So it was a defensive battle. Neither team could run the ball. And I'll give Chase Bryce and the Lions credit. They did adapt as the game went on, but by the time they really adapted, they were playing catch up the entire night. I think this is a good team. You can't ignore context. They've been out of the playoffs 5 straight years, and now they're 5-1. What's the problem for the people wwho are?
I think it's just still that trickle down effect.
That's still not good enough.
That it just as fast as it, it took a trickle down effect to get to the bottom of the barrel in terms of how the Elks were playing, and then they got really bad, and now they're on the way back up. That also might take a little bit of time to get, butts back in the seats. But we heard directly from people that were at the game. Reid, I had a person text into the post game that hadn't been to an Elks game in 10 years.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
That is positive for this club. That means the right things are happening. And with this team continuing to be good and be in the mix in terms of playoff, I just think they're building in the right way. And you can't deny that anymore. You can't deny that.
Well, if they lose 25-0, or if they lose 35-10 at Saskatchewan, I know what your post-game show is going to be like. It's going to be the sky is falling. They're never good to begin with.
Yeah, and
I don't believe that, but
yeah, and I'll say I'll wait and see to make comment if that's the way that happens and how a game like that could go down. But they could win another 18-15 game, Reid, just because that defense is so damn good.
Oh, absolutely, they could.
Right?
Yeah.
And keep in mind, they don't face BC for the remainder of the year unless they meet each other in playoffs.
Yes.
And BC is the only team that has limited Justin Rankin thus far. The only team.
Yeah.
Other than that, he's gone off. So that'll be interesting. I'm really watching that storyline develop through the week, is how Justin Rankin can get back on track against a very good Saskatchewan Roughriders football team.
I thought a lot was said early in the season, really early in the season, about how bad the Lions' defense was. The Lions' defense is not bad. Their secondary is bad down the field.
Yes.
Their front seven,
that's
why they're stopping
CFL.
Rankin.
Yep.
Do you think they actually have the best front seven?
By the numbers, they do, and by the way they've handled the best rusher in the CFL.
Yeah,
they're
they
legit.
were right on them.
I
feel they got pressure on Fajardo.
They do, and if they have a game plan that wants to take and eliminate a running back out of the game, they can do that.
Right.
And effectively, as we saw, in Kelowna and then here in Edmonton.
Yeah. it's I don't know. I'm just sort of embracing that the Elks are better. Of course, I think they're going to lose games. Of course, they'll probably have some games where we're like, oh no, what's going on? But big picture, I think they have a lot of good things in place. And again, I keep saying this, but I mean it. There's no team in the CFL where I'm like, they don't have a chance. And the last 4 or 5 years, I felt that going into some games where I'm like, how is this even a winnable game?
Sure.
Like so much would have to go right, or they'd have to get a break from an official or something like
Right.
that.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, wait, what did you think of the reffing on Friday?
It was awful, Reid. It was just simply unacceptable. I'm serious.
No.
Like, this is the same crew that reffed Edmonton in Winnipeg, and Edmonton had some very, very odd calls to go against them there. And I'm not saying it was just against Edmonton, Reid. That roughing the passer in the third quarter or fourth quarter, I forget which quarter it was, on Fajardo, where the BC Lions player hit him, that is not roughing the passer.
I didn't even get a look at that.
You know the reason that Andre Proulx had to call that is because the linesman on the side of the Elks in the first half completely dropped the ball in multiple instances. Like there was a block in the back that was not even close. The player lost his footing. They showed it clearly on the replay. I mean, I was listening to Luke Wilson. He was going off on the referees too.
Oh,
it was just very, very bad. And it's unacceptable. Why are those refs reffing CFL games? Why? You know this is a repeat history of two sideline officials making bad calls, like that Javon Leake return, right? That was a huge return on a kickoff or on a punt, and it gets called back because of a blocking in the back penalty that didn't happen.
Right.
Then they call the TJ Luther hands to the face. What are we doing?
But they also announced that one. I heard Dusty saying they announced the wrong penalty.
But it's not like, what are you calling that for?
Sometimes officials
did that
look
alter
for things to call.
Yeah, don't
Just
look for things and issues that arise and change the outcome or they have a effect on that play.
Yeah,
that one did not. That was totally keep your flag in your pocket.
Well, Rob Brown used to say this to me all the time when we would talk about refs. Like, and he played in the NHL.
Yeah,
like he said, if he complained to a ref and the ref said, "I didn't see it, Brownie."
Yeah,
okay, Rob would still be mad, and then we kept playing. Like he said refs, like the reason that he learned to shut his mouth or not complain as much was like, I think one ref just said to him, I didn't see it. Do you want me to give you a penalty if I think you did something?
Right.
But I didn't see it for sure. And Rob said, that's fine. If a ref said he didn't see it, okay, there's a lot going on the ice or on the field. Just don't make something up.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't it looked like you stumbled. That's true.
Yeah, don't see something that's not actually there.
Right. Now, having said that, as you know, I'm a little more tolerant of the officials than perhaps you are.
Correct.
You know, the crowd was booing on the second pass interference challenge by Buck Pierce.
Mm-hmm. He has to do that.
And it got upheld.
Time and place.
The refs did it.
Right.
And the first one that they challenged, that was PI on the
It
Elks.
was PI on J.J. Ross.
Some people boo, but that's not the officials. That's a coach challenging. And in both times, video review got it right.
Yeah, the second
time
one
it overturned the call. The other time it was like, no, that's not PI.
But Buck Pierce has to do that at that point in the game.
Oh, for sure.
You have to take the chance because you can't. Hey, there's no point losing a game and having your red flag in your pocket at the end of it.
Yeah.
You might as well challenge it.
Yeah, especially when you're down like
especially
that.
when you needed to make some moves happen late in the game.
All right, so here we're calling all baseball fans, not just to come to the game tonight, because we're at Remax Field. Riverhawks play the Northpaws at 7. You also don't want to miss out on the Edmonton Riverhawks Community Foundation Field of Dreams Festival, August 22nd, right here at Remax Field. Here's stories from former Blue Jay and former Trapper, Devon White. Try your luck in the batting cage and learn how to throw a curveball from the pros. Proceeds from the festival go towards helping more local kids play the game they love. Get your tickets for the Field of Dreams Festival at riverhawksfoundation.ca, and we'll see you at the park. All right, we're going to go into our final segment here. We got words of the day coming up. Here's the Coop.
Day 1, Week 8, Elks injury report. Brett Boyko, Royce Metche, Brock Mogensen, Carter O'Donnell, and Tyron Vreda were all limited at practice. O'Donnell with a knee injury, Mogensen battling a hamstring ailment. Meanwhile, the RCMP has reported that Rough Riders defensive back Jayden Dalke was driving on the wrong side of the road before a fatal crash that took the life of one other person. Authorities say that before the accident, Dalke left a gas station with unpaid fuel, with police finding alcohol and cannabis in his vehicle. Meanwhile, Hockey Canada, they've unveiled its coaching staff for the 2027 World Juniors here in Edmonton. Misha Donskov will serve as head coach. Ryan Getzlaf joining the team as one of 4 assistant coaches to baseball. It's the Jays and Rays playing the first of 4 total games in their set. Tampa Bay leading 2-0 midway through the third. Jays up to bat. And around the majors, handful of games underway. Twins down by 5 to the Guardians, top of the 4th inning. And top of the 3rd, it's runless between the Padres and the Braves. At RE/MAX Field, it's the Riverhawks with just 6 home games left in the regular season, opening a set against the Northpaws. If you can't make it to the ballpark tonight, listen to the game on any of EST's audio streams. This sports update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring. Edmonton is expecting some changes this offseason, and I'm talking about your flooring. Paramount Flooring brings over 30 years of trusted service and expert installation. No permission is needed to speak with them. Visit their showroom, open 7 days a week, or online at paramountflooring.ca. Edmonton Public Library presents Words of the Day next here on the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
EST Afternoons.
Do you know Canadian reporter Tim Haraini?
I am friends. I'm sitting opposite Tim Haraini.
All right. Can you tell him the Edmonton boys say hello? We haven't bought. We always bring him on, and we're giving him a break here because Luke, you're absolutely fantastic as well. But tell him we say hi and to behave.
Yeah, he needs to behave. I heard he's been up to some trouble in France over the last week or so. But he's
EST Afternoons, weekday afternoons, 1 to 3, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
River Cree Resort and Casino and CFCW present All Shook Up, an afternoon tribute with the King, featuring 3 of the world's best Elvis tribute artists. August 16th in the venue. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching the button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as a ninja fighting off evil samurai.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
Your brand deserves more than just a whisper, it deserves a buzz. At the Hive Product Marketing, they specialize in promotional products that bring the buzz. From eye-catching giveaways to unforgettable keepsakes, they got the perfect products to make your brand stand out and get noticed. Visit the Hive Product Marketing and let them create the buzz your business deserves. The Hive Product Marketing, the official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Talk. Visit them online at thehiveproductmarketing.com.
Looking for a winning strategy for your retirement? Contact me, Joaquin Gage at K4 Financial, where expertise meets dedication. I will always look for a careful approach to your retirement, ensuring your financial future is secure. From tailored strategies to clear, actionable advice, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Don't leave your future to chance. Get in touch with me, Joaquin Gage, today at k4financial.ca or email joaquin.gage@k4financial.ca to start planning for a brighter future and a more secure retirement.
All right, what an afternoon. Fans are getting here already.
Yeah,
Regis Field.
early.
It's incredible. 7 o'clock game. The weather and the smoke have improved over the course of the afternoon, so that's pretty good. 7 o'clock against the Kamloops Northpaws. I don't know what their logo is. Like, I could look it up, but I want to wait to see it live. Well, are these them?
These are them.
What's on their hat? Is it just an
NP?
Oh, I thought it'd be something a little more creative than that. Okay. William Huff will have to design them a logo, perhaps. All right. Don't forget, to do with Commonwealth Stadium here, in portions of this hour presented by Commonwealth Stadium, Post Malone, and Jelly Roll featuring Carter Faith live at Commonwealth Stadium this weekend.
Yes.
Friday and Saturday at 7:30. It's the Big Ass Stadium Tour Part 2. A lot of shows coming up at Commonwealth. Foo Fighters are going to be there. AC/DC. What else? Oh, Guns N' Roses. Edmonton.ca/Commonwealth, Ticketmaster.ca. Are we giving stuff away today?
We are. We've got a trivia question right now.
Okay.
And this is for a set of 2 tickets to Saturday night's Big Ass Stadium Tour. Post Malone, Jelly Roll, Carter Faith. So we're giving away a set of 2 tickets. You need to text into the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox, 780-218-9999. Post Malone. That's not his real name.
Cool.
What is Post Malone's real full name? Text that into 780-218-9999, and we will have a draw. I'll get in touch with you after the show for winners tickets to Saturday night's show.
So did you have to have his middle name?
I said full.
Yeah, because I don't know his middle name. I'm pretty sure I know his name, but I don't know his middle name. Okay.
Full name.
All right. We will have somebody win in the next 4 or 5 minutes by the time the show is over. Let's get to the words of the day presented by Edmonton Public Library. Tickets going fast for the EPL After Hours Escape Room Adventure Locked Library, the bookcase. It's on Saturday already. Man, oh man, a lot going on. We got our Nasty Bash Saturday. Finish fast for the glory or take your time and immerse yourself in a story inspired by classic detective novels during this After Hours Escape Room Adventure. It's on Saturday. All proceeds from this event help support the work of EPL, with proceeds being reinvested into our collections, programs, and services for the community. Get your tickets, epl.ca/locked library.
I feel a little bit of pressure.
With Reid and Jay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
Well, the Simpsons are big.
Say what again?
Word of the day, people.
What
Oh, yeah,
again?
that's right.
They've sent in
live.
words.
They've never watched live before. Well, maybe they have.
Sorry, Coob. I didn't mean to cut off your music.
Sorry.
First word of the day. This is a Bootski. Edition number's 47. Can you believe it's already edition number 47? It's hard to believe. First word of the day, Knish. Knish.
Knish. Well, you always say to go with my first instinct.
I do.
K-I-N-I-S-H.
Oh,
Knish.
Incorrect.
Okay.
K-N-I-S-H.
Oh, no way.
Knish.
I maybe should have figured that out. I don't know this word. I'll have to take the sentence.
The Knish is considered to be a staple of Jewish cuisine.
I don't even know. A type of fish.
Good guess. It is a small round or square of dough stuffed with a filling such as a potato and baked or fried.
Okay.
A Knish.
Wow. Okay, I did not know that at all. So 0 for 2. That's a bad start.
Second word of the day, non-peril. Non-peril.
I think it's Nonpareil.
Very good. Very well done. Yes. I didn't know if you'd catch the eye.
Yeah, no,
non-peril.
I've seen this word. I think this basically means unmatched.
Congrats!
Yeah.
You salvaged the day.
Yeah.
Non-peril, something that has no equal, making it peerless or matchless.
Yeah.
Well done, Riedrich. 2 out of 4.
Well, because some would say this show is non-peril.
That is true.
Some would suggest.
Some would suggest.
We got 1 minute left. Do we have a winner? Do you want to check?
Oh, I'm sure we do.
So these are 2 tickets to the Big Ass Stadium Tour Part 2.
Yeah.
Okay. The Big Ass Stadium Tour Part 2. This time it's both cheeks.
Oh, man. I'm going to have to put this into a draw.
Okay. Well, wait. I can randomize a number. How many people have we got going on here?
Okay.
You may be surprised to know I have a random number generator on my phone.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go with the first 10. The first 10.
Okay, maybe I can do this. Hey, Google. Roll a 10-sided die. See if it'll do it. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, my gosh.
It's a 6.
1.
We rolled a virtual 10-sided die on my phone.
Okay, I don't know who this is, but we got a winner. Austin Richard Post.
Oh, I didn't know his middle name.
Is Post Malone's full name.
Okay.
This is the. So I'll get in touch with you. There's no handle attached to this name.
Relatively.
It looks like somewhat of a newer listener anyhow, but it was number 6.
Okay,
so
perfect.
Tomorrow we're going to give away a set of tickets. Wednesday we're going to give away a set of tickets, so stay tuned.
And that's with you and Benny the next couple of days.
Yes, Reid. Have fun.
Big thank you to Bruce and his family from William Huff for having us in the suite here. This was an absolute honor to do the show from this vantage point with Remax Field right behind us. Yeah, comment on my Expos hat if you see us at the game tonight, or Jay's Riverhawks shirt, or whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah, just yell at us.
Yeah.
Or heckle the ump in Jay's honor. That'll also be fun. On behalf of Zachary Kubish and Jason Milne, I'm Reid Wilkins. See you at the ballpark.